Oh, good afternoon. And of course, the minute I say good afternoon, the dog jumps up. Little sod. Um, I've come on for a couple of hours only because I'm going to have to miss Nobbington tonight because my other half isn't working and has decided he wants movie night. So we're going to have a meal and watch a movie. So unfortunately, gutted, I'm going to be missing Jen's live. Hi, Wicken. How are you, sweetheart? Hope you're good. I've just been having a bit of a meltdown trying to get hold of the council. It's about our bin day today, even though it's a bank holiday, they still empty them on the bank holiday. And I was sat here before and I was on the phone to my sister and I looked out the window and I thought, I saw the bin man get our bin. He wheeled it into the centre of the road, but the bin wagon at this point had driven off. So the lazy bastard just turned round and put our full bin back against the front wall. So I'm not happy. Yeah, everything's all right here, Wicken, apart from me being a bit cross about the lazy ass bin men. Absolutely bone idle. There's an old fella. He looks like he's ready for retiring. And our next door neighbour, she's heard him a few times, as have I. He's obviously training up these younger bin men. And they walk down the street and he lifts up. He spends more time doing this than anything. He's lifting the bin lids up. And this is genuinely what he says. He lifts the bin lid up and goes, fuck that. Moves to the next one, fuck that. And the other week, he must have left a dozen bins in the street. So, yeah, so a few of the neighbours complained about him then, but I've just seen it wasn't him who did this, it was a younger lad. But yeah, the fact he was too bone bloody idle to walk down the road another 40, 50 feet. So that's going to be getting said. Anyway, what's new? I thought I'm going to come on, I'm going to do a bit of a demon theme today. While it's only because it's daylight. Don't think I could do it in the dark, especially after when we talked about Lep Wiccan. Because I've noticed quite a few things, and I think demons come in all, and I know he was absolute lazy git. I think demons come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, don't they? And different guises. So I'm thinking that, yeah, I thought I'll have a cover of this while it's daylight and I'm not likely to get scared. I'm going to have a little cover because I like talking about the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren. I know a lot of people don't like them. I know a lot of people think they're a bit sticky beaking and getting involved in stuff they shouldn't have. But they did raise a lot of awareness around demonology and so on. So we shall see. I'll see how the chat goes. But yeah, it's just something I wanted to chat. So I'm really glad you're in, actually, Wicken. I think it was probably covering things like, for example, when we were when Bam covered the Moors murders, and you look at somebody like Myra Hindley and Ian Brady at that time, and their eyes are just dead. You look at those, not that I'm going to cover this one, but the killers of that little boy James Bulger, their eyes, they were soulless, even though they're only little lads. There was something not right there. You got Bundy, Nilsson. The only one I didn't really see it in was Jeffrey Dahmer. And I don't know why. I felt a bit of sympathy towards him. And I don't know why, because he was really fucked up, wasn't he? And the other thing that I've noticed, yeah, it is an absolute darkness, and you feel it as well emanating from certain people. I'm trying to think how to put this now. You don't actually see it. It's like you've walked into a. I'll tell you what. Hiya, Mama Rat. How are you? Happy Bank Holiday Monday. We're just talking about demons because it's daylight. Yeah, it's a bit like on Harry Potter with the Dementors. And, you know, when they're doing that breathing thing and you know, the minute they turn up and you walk into the presence, you feel that all the, you know, all the happiness has been sucked out of the world. There's just something there. This is what you get from certain people. I think it's when you look into the faces and you see this and you know there's something not quite right. You know there's something not quite right. Using that place for demons. Well, you see, Mama Rat, this is what's made me think about it, because I think when you are associating with people that have got this kind of demonic cloak, I don't know if that's the right word to use, Wiccan. You may be able to correct me there. But it's like tentacles of it just spread out and infest and infect other people. So, you know, before long, it's like the roots of a tree, isn't it? They're going off in all different directions, and everybody they touch is getting a little bit of this darkness pushed into them. And yeah, you're right. I've noticed it on here. I've noticed it happening. Thank you. So yeah, it was just something I thought I wanted to have a little chat about, and especially seeing as how there's all sorts of horrible bloody shit going on this on the YouTube streets. Hiya, YouTube lady, how are you? Happy bank holiday if you're in the UK. I can never remember where you are. So, Wiccan, I meant to ask you, do you get the bank holiday today as well, being in Southern Ireland, or is it? I mean, obviously, I know Northern Ireland gets it, and you know, England, Scotland, and Wales. But I wasn't sure if Southern Ireland sticks with the same bank holidays that we do. It's really warm outside as well, isn't it? I was saying to Wiccan before you guys came in, I'm feeling quite bad because I was really looking forward to Nobbington tonight, but the other half isn't working. He's actually, you might start hearing him screaming and shouting in a minute because he's playing his online games with his mates. But because he's not doing that tonight and he's not working, he wants us to have a meal and a movie night. So it looks like I'm possibly going to miss Nobbington. I mean, if I can pack him away and go, why don't you go and play your game, love? Have another go at it. Then I'll join in. But at the moment, yeah, it's looking like I'm going to have to miss it. Gutted. So I thought I would come on now, see how everybody is, see what's going on, anything I've missed. Crashed out last night with the dog, you know, because he'd ended up being poorly in the middle of that live last night, and I had to go and because he gets this acid reflux and it makes him really ill. He gets so anxious. And I think because I was getting stressed trying to clean up after him and stop him being sick, we both ended up crashing out. We were in a little pile, unconscious. When you've been banging a drum for over 3 years with 95% support and you've been shown to be a weak liar, how the hell are you going to bring you and Bam down with 40%? Oh, is somebody after bringing me down, Mama Rat? Good luck with that. Hi, Sid. How are you? Yeah, afternoon delight. Who sang that song? I can remember my mum used to sing that. I can't remember the whole song though. I can just remember that chorus bit, you know, the oh, afternoon delight. Yeah, he's better now, YouTube lady. He's actually asleep at the moment. And he's showing those few that are left what he will do to them if they stop supporting them. Well, you know what? Bring me down, crack on. I don't care. I do not care whatsoever because the hypocrisy is stinking. And I said it before and I will say it again. You know, how can he stand in judgment of anybody for bullying, you know, accusing people of bullying when he's the biggest bully on YouTube? You know, to the extent that it's actually quite creepy and stalky the way he goes for people. You know, like I said, the only time that anything's ever got said is in retaliation. He's picked on people who have not got any other way of responding. You know, look, Sheila Fingals had to take her channel down. You know, that it's not right. It isn't right. But they can do it, you know. And then hearing last night, you know, talking about bullying. What's that? He uses women to do is bullying, weak men do that. Well, whatever. Let him crack on. Don't bother me one iota. No fucks given here. Because a prime example, this was really rattling me last night before I ended up falling asleep. As you can see, I was bothered that much that I've slept well. But, you know, the fact that one person, and I'm really sorry, but I'm going to mention Fern here. Yeah, that exactly, Wickermoon. You're right to reply. Of course you have. Of course you've got a right, and you've also got a right to an opinion. Absolutely you have. But Fern, now, Fern is lovely. Fern goes to all sorts of different channels. She goes viewing a lot of people I can't stand. We know that. I don't berate her for it. It's her choice. She's a grown woman. She can go where she wants, just as I will go where I want. Okay, Fern never comes in from chat to chat to chat going, oh my God, did you see what they said here? Oh, guess what they said about you? She doesn't do it. She doesn't do it. Right? And the only place that she has been jumped on and bullied is in that woman's chat. Okay, the woman who's crowing about stopping bullying. She has never, ever pulled her subs up and told them to leave Fern alone. She's never stood up for her. Isn't it funny how the only place that that's happening is over there? Fern, if Fern came in here, and I've already said this, but I don't need to tell people this because you won't do it. If Fern came in here and was saying, oh, we've just been over in her chat, none of us are going to go, oh, tell us what got said, because we actually don't care. We actually don't care. But if anybody was that bad-mannered and low that they said to Fern, what are you doing over there? Why have you come in here? Who do you think you're? I'd tell them to fuck off out. Or the rest of the girls and guys in here would fuck them off out of it. You know, because it's all right. Yeah, absolutely, Mama Rat. She's lovely and takes some bullying and still says nice things about him. She absolutely does. She absolutely does. So, you know, stand in judgment on other people. Take a good look at yourselves, good, long, hard look at yourselves. And like Wicker said, you're going to make comments about people, expect to get them back. Expect to get them back. You're trying to get rises out of people by your snidey comments and your snidey photos and your snidey posts, and then when it erupts in your face, you don't like it. Well, whatever. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, hi, Sheila. Going to listen while washing the pots. Yeah, we're just talking. Well, I did come on to talk about demons, but, you know, there's the elephant in the room. I'm still absolutely horrified at what I heard in the chat last night. Yeah, horrified, because there's been a lot of, and I'm just going to address this, because what I want to say is I don't want it turning into a slanging match, because as you all know, other than the last week and a bit, I have never gone near drama. I let people get on with it, and that's the one thing I like about this chat. We just cover different topics, which I'm going to get back on today. However, I want to say something for those people who are sitting all holier than thou. Yeah, pin your ears back and listen. You've been very vocal about calling Bam a child abuser, haven't you? You know, Bam, evil Bam, child abuser, evil Bam. Last night in that chat, it came to light. Now, I didn't know this, and I literally, I felt physically sick when I saw it, that somebody, and you know who I'm on about, has got a conviction for actual physical child abuse. And after that, it got sent to me so I could see it. So I've seen that it actually is a real charge. It's not fake, but yet you're standing with that. I'm sorry, get the fuck out of here. No. You don't get any, you don't. Oh, don't worry, Mama Rat, you can type in capitals all you want. I really don't care. So I'm just going to say that that is just a prime example of the hypocrisy that I'm seeing on here. So if you don't like it, I really don't care. I really don't care. It's just showing, yeah, just how low you are. But, you know, carry on, carry on. You carry on criticising people, carry on calling people for what they look like. When you're called for what you look like, you don't like it. Call people for being, you know, basically trying to imply that the benefit fraudsters, but you won't like it when it's done back to you. Call people hypocrites, but you won't like it when it's done back to you. They're all scumkiss. We get called for being rough. If any of my lot did half the stuff these lot have done, I'd kill them myself. I know, I know. Well, oh, what Sheila put, I think demons do exist and hide behind a cloak of deception. Absolutely. Hiya, Voodoo. Hello, my sweetheart. Lovely to see you. I didn't come on for a rant, but, you know, there are a couple of things that needed addressing, and I've done them there. So, you know, if you want to take down BAM, I know somebody said last night that, you know, he's now just, you know, just put AD aside for one moment and he's going to come after us lot. Well, enjoy yourself while you're doing it, because what's that phrase that we all say? People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Never a truer word. Take that with you. It's true though, Kissy did beat up a top. Sheila, well, I know it's true now. I know it's true because I got sent the thing over. I believe they are all going to team up against BAM, proving hypocrisy is real. Martin and crew cause more infighting on here than anyone. Well, this is it. You know, how can you accuse others of bullying when you are doing it yourself under the cloak of, oh, I'm righteous? Well, I'm sorry, but no, you're not. No, you're absolutely not. So, and enjoy sitting on your little soapboxes. It's not a problem. And for those of you that are watching and listening, enjoy. Record away, because I'll say it again, to see somebody and see was it a charge sheet or the conviction sheet? I can't remember what it was called. To see that someone has got an actual charge for beating a child, and you're standing, oh no, it's absolutely disgusting, that is. And I didn't know that till yesterday. I felt like I was going to vomit. So yeah, stick in your own lane, keep doing what you're doing. If you want to associate with that, I wouldn't associate with that. I wouldn't associate with, it's like drunk drivers. You know, I've got zero tolerance for drunk drivers. Zero. I had a friend and she had a 3-week-old baby. She went out for her first. I'm really sorry if I get choked up telling this, because it does really get to me still. But it's not about this, but I just want to give you the example. She went out for the first night out after that baby was born. She was kind of newly married. Baby was a honeymoon conception, actually. And so she'd only been married like 9 and a little bit months, and the baby was born. She went out for it was 3 weeks old, and she went out for a night out, and driving home to see her husband and a baby, a drunk driver came through, traffic lights on red, hit her. She died 3 times on the way to the hospital and ended up, you know, she sadly passed away. She was killed by a drunk driver. I see anybody drink driving, I don't care who they are, I'm down the throat like a shot. If anybody, as much as I love all you guys in here, if any of you were saying, oh yeah, I'm shit-faced down the town, I'm going to drive home though, 1, I'd ban you from the chat. I'd never speak to you again. And 2, I'd be straight onto the police, giving them as many details as they had to try and get you, you know. And it's same with that, somebody beating a child. You all heard that story I told you the other week about my friend with her 2 kids held hostage for 7 hours by that maniac who battered her kids and her. It's disgusting. No, I'm sorry. I want nothing to do with anybody like that. Right, I'm going to go back and read the chat. Sorry, chicken. Wiccan says, The difference with us is if we have anything to say, it'll be direct, not slyly on other channels and comments on other posts. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, gosh, that went again. Mama Rat, I believe they are all. Oh yeah, sorry, I read that little one. Sorry, what happens is my chat keeps go flying up and down. Barbara, hello, my darling. How are you today? Wicken, I got so angry at the thought of Bam's dad being accused of abusing her. That was disgusting. That was actually disgusting. Anybody who makes those kind of comments, they just no, there's no need for that. That's fucking disgusting. We don't talk about that kiss. Why do you think he wasn't allowed near his nieces the way the same ones he's using? Well, not from me, they won't. I couldn't come up because I'd have maybe slipped up and said names I would never dream of doing. No, it's fine, Wicken. It's absolutely fine. It's understandable. I don't know why I didn't know that. I mean, I kind of walk around YouTube with my ears shut a lot of the time because I've tended to always veer away from the drama. You know yourselves with all my, and I've always said we don't do drama on my channel, and I did mean it. And it was other than what's happened here, and people being told that they're not allowed to do, they can't celebrate the birthdays on the flipping 13th of August. Wiccan's daughter, Roberta. But yeah, that's what did it for me, because you don't own a date. If I was Bam's dad, I'd be taking legal action because it is. And the problem is shit like that sticks. You can't say things like that about people. You can't. You can say, oh, I've done it with my friend's granddad. He was a bit creepy. I don't know what he was. I don't know if he did anything like that. But we did say he was a bit of a pervy old man because of some of the things he said. Well, there's a big difference. You can call someone a pervy old man. You can say somebody came across as a bit pervy, but I wouldn't have dreamt of going, oh, Karen's granddad is a pede. Because I didn't know that. It just made me feel a little uncomfortable. No, you don't sound bitter at all, Mama Rat. You're allowed to have an opinion. Everybody has an opinion, and you're all entitled to it. And you know what? If somebody takes offence at it, well, that's down to them. You're mother, that is. Yeah, well, though, Sheila, all that happened before I came on. I didn't hear it. I wasn't interested in hearing it. It might have been different, right? And I'll be honest here. And if Bam listens at some point, which she probably will do, and I know she'll respect the fact that I'm being honest. That might have been, for me, if I'd been around at the time, a completely different kettle of fish. If that was somebody in the street abusing a child to its face in front of its mother. Yeah, I'd have been, oh my God, no. But well, I'll be honest with you, it happened before I was around. I really don't give a shit. I'm sick of hearing about the damn thing. I'm sick of hearing that, bam, 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 bam. But yet you're all quite happy with a different kind of abuse. Nah, you can't be selective with it. It's like Voodoo said, was it yesterday or the day before? It's like choosing to be pregnant some of the time. You don't. You're either pregnant or you're not. You're either an advocate or you're not. You're either against child abuse or you're not. You can't think some of it's okay and some of it isn't. Oh, shit, what's Sheila put here? I always thought you knew about Frank's history of drug abuse. He's using women for cash to feed his habit plus his child battery. No, I didn't, Sheila. I didn't know. That's why I was so shocked last night. I didn't know any of this. But like I said, I mean, how often you look at how often we're having conversations and you guys will mention something, I'll go, who's that? Or what's that about? Because I just don't know. I've never followed drama on YouTube. I've always stayed away from it. And other than maybe something happening in a chat when I've been in there, so I've witnessed it, then, other than that, I don't know what's going on. So no, I was actually genuinely horrified to hear that last night, Sheila. It made me feel like I wanted to vomit. Hi, Lady Witch. How are you, sweetie pie? Hi, Stella. In the bath washing my grout. Say grout or grunt or gunt. Let's see, Mama Rat. Like Bam says, come at me with lies. I will hit back with the truth. Doesn't ever have custody of said child and mother of young kids that can spend 15 hours a day. Something wrong there. I was disgusting what's said about Bam's dad. Yeah. I've read that little bit. Oh, we can invite strangers off the internet the same week, but you can't celebrate a birthday. Okay, yeah. I know. We found a father after he shot himself in the head down at the beach in his car. That's what these lies do to people. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I'm going to highlight that, Wickham, because that's a really important thing. That's what scandalous lies can do to a family. Sheila, my brother was killed in a motorbike accident. New Year's Eve. Do I expect the world to stop celebrating? No, I just sit with my memories and have some wobbly moments while the world goes, oh, Sheila, love, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, God. And that's like me, though, isn't it? 23rd of July. 23rd of July. I don't know why I want to say July then. 23rd of January. That's, that's my day. That's my grief. That's my loss. I don't expect everybody else to be miserable as sin just because I am. I don't, as I said on my post, I do not own that day. Hiya, Tracy. How are you doing, sweetie? But I'm really sorry to hear that, Sheila. That's awful. I lost my fiance in a motorbike accident. That was on Boxing Day, like years ago. It wasn't recently, but yeah. I just take a deep breath and just ignore Boxing Day. I hate that time, but yeah. But it was just one of those things. It's shit happens and life goes on. But I am sorry to hear that because I know how that affected me. So I can only imagine, it will be the same for you. Not nice at all. I'm really sorry to hear that, Sheila. Want Bam's channel gone. Why now? He couldn't get AD down. Well, that's it. I mean, if he couldn't get AD gone, how's he going to get Bam gone? Seriously? AD is here for the long haul. He ain't going anywhere. Lady Witch says, my opinion, and Bam and I discussed it, is that while it was rough and hard to hear, that tirade was not unwarranted. She was provoked, period. Well, there are some people who are reactive. I'm one of them. I'm an Aries. You know this. I'm also part Celtic, part Viking. I've got a temper on me. I have said some rotten things when I've fallen out with somebody, usually when I was younger. But if I am out to have a real go, if somebody's hurt me, I really am an eye for an eye type of a person. If you hurt me, I'll hurt you twice as hard. And I have said some hateful things to people. I mean, one of them was my friend. We had a big bust up. It's why I don't drink vodka. I've been on the vodka with her and my other friend. One friend, Chris, he was home from Afghanistan at the time. And so he'd come to stay and my other friend had come up from London. So the three of us were them two drank vodka. And I was like, okay, I'm awful on vodka. And I had the worst argument with her. And she said something that did hurt my feelings, but I deserved it, but it hurt my feelings. Oh my God. I just let rip on her. And I had her in tears. I said the worst things ever, but being an Aries, 10 minutes after I'd said it, I was actually, just thinking everything would be fine. Hiya, Paula. I'm completely blind to what's going on. I love HC, even though some of you don't. I'm just disappointed in some creators. Paula, do you know what? It's fine. It's not a problem. Fern does. Although she's getting bullied over there now for coming. You can like whoever you want. You won't get any shit for that in here. You absolutely won't. You can watch who you like who you like, everything. I like, I like you coming in. I like you when you come up on panel. Everybody enjoys your company in here. So no, don't ever feel that you can't say who you support. It's absolutely fine. Nobody's got a problem with that. I have a problem with people being bullied for it. I've got a real problem with that. But yeah, no, you're loved in here, Paula, love, and it's absolutely fine. You like who you like. I'm not bad, thank you. Hope you're well. I think Christmas you were either celebrating or commiserating, but I've spelt it wrong. It's just one of them thinking seasons. It is, Tracy, isn't it? It's one of those where sometimes you're either really happy at Christmas because like me this year, I'm in a new house and with the love of my life and his daughter, and it's a whole new life. So my Christmas, hopefully, is going to be a fantastic one. Whereas in the past, it's been really horrible and hard for me because, missing my mum and my nan. So yeah, you're right. It just depends, doesn't it? Paula, thank you. You're welcome, Paula. Mama at Paula Pants, we're all allowed to have an opinion. It's YouTube. Absolutely it is. And Wickham, there's not one person that would say anything to you about that. No, not in here or on Bam's Love, so don't feel like that on our account. That's it. Absolutely anybody. I know that there are, quite a significant number of subs to me who go over there. It's not a problem. It really isn't. Because we're all going to disagree and agree with you might agree with something that I say and then completely disagree with the other half of my sentence. And the same over there. You might think that something. Oh, Barbara, you're honoured. Our bin men just leave our bins in the street. They don't put ours in our paths. Well, they didn't put it in the paths, Barbara. It's outside in the street, but it's against the thing. But like I said, the lazy get didn't even bloody empty it, bastard. Lady Witch, please never come for me. You were a force to be reckoned with. I think you all are forces to be reckoned with, aren't you? So all I'm going to say on this matter, as I keep saying, well, all I'm going to keep saying is just stop with the hypocrisy. Stop accusing people of bullying when you're bullying yourselves. Stop playing the victim when you are victimizing people yourselves. That's it. Because it will come back on you. It has done over the past few days. Good people are getting singled out with no right to reply. Wiccan's been attacked. Sheila has been attacked. Mama Rat has been attacked. I've been attacked. Fingle's been attacked. Bam's been attacked. Cassius, bedtime clown. Shall I just go on? So when this is happening and people then fire back, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But I will call hypocrisy out when I see it. Anyway, back to the demons. Mama Rat, I just spout profanities while Lady Witch time being nuts. This is it, though. You see, you can use your profanities. Oh, what's that? I enjoy Country Joe. She's funny. I blocked my channel because Jira, but I still watch the channel. A little ironic when I had to whack CJ, though, when she was fed the wrong information. her songs don't half make me chuckle. That was really funny about Dorothy, though. Okay, Green Eyes sent me a clip the other day. Did you hear about oh God, I don't know who it was. Something that they posted about Dorothy. I'm not going to go into it on here, just checking if anybody had seen it or not. Oh yeah, she did come in gun blazing on BAMS, didn't she? The problem is though, Sheila, that again, that was somebody, and I'd love to know who that was, but that was somebody trying to cause trouble. It's somebody made some bullets for CJ to fire. And, you know, and I'll give her a due. She was big enough. She came back in and, you know, and she apologized. But again, CJ, that's similar to what I would do. I'm incredibly reactive and I have to try and rein myself in sometimes because I will fire off. But the minute that I've said what I needed to say, then I've calmed down. Oh, did he, Voodoo? I know. Sorry about the dog. Cooper, stop now. Stop. That was BS. Like it or not, that math ain't mathing, I know. No, not heard about Greta Dot for a while. I know that she fell out now with NC, but that was bound to. Oh, I'll be honest with you, that woman, she'd probably fall out. If she was alone in an empty house, she'd still cause an argument. It's, yeah. I don't know. So anyway, again, hi Brian, how are you? Look, you've got your blue wrench. You still have to bash somebody, although we don't tend to get that many trolls in here. We've had one or two, but not many. That's not bad in nearly a year, is it? So yeah, so I'm going to go back until we get distracted again onto this whole demon thing, you know, because it's daylight and I wanted to talk about demons. He's all right, thank you, Brian. He's he basically had an entire tub of natural yogurt last night, a big tub, just to try and calm his acid down. And then I did what Bam said, which was the warm water with sugar, but I thought it might have worked, but it didn't. He went back to being a bit manic again. It's him. He's just a very highly strung dog and he gets anxiety for absolutely no reason. So anyway, going to talk about demons and possessions and spotting them, and I started off about before I wanted to get a few of those little points out the way, which I have done. Hope you're recording it, by the way. Enjoy and have fun, but I bet you'll edit out the bits that you don't like. Just saying. So yeah, with the whole demonic thing, we started talking before everybody was coming in about the fact that you can, I don't know, you get a feeling from some people. It's like certain let's say killers or murder cases or serial killers or what have you. They have this horrible darkness in them. You can see it in their eyes. Their eyes are like a shark's eyes. They're absolutely soulless. Look at Myra Hindley. Look at Ian Brady. Look at Ted Bundy. Look at the killers of James Bulger. Even look at Watts. You know, it's these people have their eyes are dead, and just looking at them, how do I put it? You feel that you can feel the blackness coming out of them. And as I said before, it's like tentacles or the roots of a tree. It spreads out, this blackness, this darkness about them spreads out, and it kind of infects everybody that it touches. You know, so you find people closely involved, whether that's police officers, whether it's family members, whether it's neighbours, survivors, I don't know, whatever. But you tend to see this same blackness spreading amongst them. And I've often wondered, is that just the sadness of a particular case? Or is that some kind of a demonic transference? So I don't know what you guys think, or if it's anything you've actually thought about. Probably not. I'm just going off at a tangent. Oh, had a nice gammon roast. Now sat enjoying Kiss on a bank holiday Monday afternoon. Oh, gammon roast. Sheila, I used to do, I'd roast a gammon in cider And then I would do the roast potatoes. I'd coat them in honey. So I always did honey roast potatoes and gammon that had been cooked in cider. Really nice. That was always our bank holiday meal. Oh, you think it's a type of infection, Wicket? Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's no right or wrong, is there? But if we talk about, there's like different stages of possession, demonic attachment, or whatever you want to call it. And when you read what it is, only time you got drunk eating. Yeah, that's absolutely right, Brian. Nothing wrong with that. You can drink the gravy. When you read what some of these stages are, it actually it opens your eyes a little bit to certain people, especially people that you come across. Just read Sheila's comment before I carry on. Yes, I pick up on bad vibes, kissing my hairs and my arms can stand up in some situations, gives me the shivers. Some houses too have a sad or happy feel to them. Well, we're going to go through some of these, and then you can go, oh yeah. So you've got one of the first stages for demonic activity. It's like the haunted house kind of stuff, where you might hear footsteps, you might hear voices, you may see apparitions, you might see things moving round, like furniture might shift, or I mean, has anybody ever done it where you actually put your keys down and you know where you put your car keys down? It's the same place you put them down every time. You come back and they're gone. There's no one else in the house. There's no reason that they've been moved. You search the place, you're up and down, you're demented, you come back and they're in exactly the same spot that you left them in. And you think, did I just not see them there? Things like that. There's also odours. You can get certain odours, but you can't really determine where the smell is coming from. So that's the infestation stage, and usually it doesn't directly affect people. It can affect your property, objects, even animals. Now, this is the one I found quite interesting because it does kind of explain some incredibly bad behavior, especially, use YouTube, for example, and look at the way that some people behave, and then listen to this. So the second stage is the oppression stage. Now, the activity steps up, so there could be physical attacks, not always, sleep disturbances, including regular nightmares. There could be frequent and severe illnesses, major bouts of depression or anxiety, severe financial or employment problems, and relationship troubles. Now, most of those things possibly could happen to most of us at some stage, but when things like that happen in rapid succession, or virtually all at the same time, that's when you know that there's going to be a problem. Shirley, yeah, when lurkers are around, the channel of bad smell troll eventually turns up. You're absolutely right. Brian, there's a part of the old cemetery at Stirling, when you pass a certain monument, you smell something really nice, but not all smell it. Are you in Stirling, Brian? Just before I go on, one of my favourite pubs, I loved it, was in Stirling, down at the back of the castle, and it was called the Whistle Binky, if you know it. This is me. I'm actually presuming you are in Stirling. Oh, it's 20 minutes away. But yeah, I used to love going the Whistle Binky because I used to stay, I had friends at Callander. So we drive over, go like the Bridge of Allen, and then, you have to go the Wallace, don't you? And then get up to Stirling Castle, and then we'd usually round our day off with a meal in the Whistle Binky. So yeah, I used to love that pub. I loved it for its name, but it was always a nice place. I'd asked Bam once if she'd been, because she said she used to go, she used to live in Stirling, but oh, you're halfway between Glasgow and Edinburgh. Oh, okie dokie. Now trying to work out what's halfway between Glasgow and Edinburgh. So, what did you think of those then? Those different things, you know, with your illnesses, your depression, anxiety, financial or employment problems, relationship troubles. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? Now, then the third stage, this is the eye opener, is the obsession stage. So, as the name implies, at this stage, the affected person can have a hard time functioning because they're constantly preoccupied with thoughts of the the demonic activity that is commanding his or her life, and frequently with thoughts of suicide as well, and sleep becomes nearly impossible. All three of the stages can be addressed by a competent minister. However, the last stage is reserved for official exorcists. And here we go, which is the full-on possession stage. So, contrary to popular belief, possession is not demons entering a person's body and taking over his or her soul. A person's free will is never removed. Now, I didn't know that. I don't know if any of you guys did, but yeah, a person's free will is never removed, only severely compromised. In a possession, a person is so physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually broken down by going through the other three stages that demonic spirits are able to seize occasional control over that person's actions. A demonic vibe. but this is it, Sheila. It can, you know, when you look at things like this, you can look and think, do you know, that looks like him or her or them or that, or you know, I think we've all come across somebody that's exhibiting a lot of these traits, and you think, really? Especially when, you know, in some instances, when you look at, you know, other people that they're associating with, and when they are displaying the same kind of concerning behavior, that's when I think, you know, is there some kind of a dark tentacle emanating from a particular source that is making sure you are all acting in the same abhorrent behavior, you know, the same abhorrent way. Sorry, I just had a little drink. They made me laugh. On this thing I've just been reading out, it says they just wanted to make a note that telltale signs of possession do not include 360-degree head spins. Some of the actual telltale signs of possession are superhuman strength, speaking in a language the victim doesn't know, inordinate aversion to holy objects, knowledge of events or facts the victim could not possibly know, and according to the Diocese of San Jose exorcist Gary Thomas, now his story was made famous in the movie The Rite. I don't know if any of you've seen that. That was with Anthony Hopkins in it. So he says there's also changes in facial features. Most murderers say a voice tell me to do it. I know. It's weird, isn't it? And Brian, but I do a bit as well. So yeah, I don't think that should be classed as being as being possession. Does it begin with A? Mama Rat says. Yeah, I saw it. Very disturbing, that wasn't it, with that that young girl with the baby. But yeah, it's a true story, that one. And I'm rather disappointed I never got the head spin. It would be fantastic for Net Kings. Yeah. I think the one I did enjoy was, I don't know if any of you saw it, Deliver Us from Evil, about that Ralph, is it Sarchi or Scarchi? Sarchi, isn't it? The former NYPD officer, and it's played by Eric Bana in the movie. And that is a true story. Now, I watched an interview and Eric Bana was talking about it, and he said Ralph Sarchie actually played them a recording of the exorcism that they carried out, and he said it was so bad, it was traumatizing the film crew, and they had to ban people from listening to it and just play it for the actors so that they could have an idea what was going on. Love Ralph, is hilarious. He had a program out, didn't he, where he'd go investigating stuff. Is not what I expected, because I watched the movie before I watched him doing his ghost hunts. So I was expecting some Eric Bana lookalike that I could drool over, and I was quite disappointed. It's only a little fella, isn't he? There's that other one as well. Oh God, what's it called? And that's got another ex detective in it, and he works with a medium. I can't remember what is it called? Something Finding Evil or something? I can't remember. A real possession is very frightening to watch and or experience. Oh, that's how you met him. Oh God, Lady Witch. Who's in the same spot? Oh, so the one with the possession that they were playing for Eric Bana and the other members of the film crew. Shit. I don't know that I would want to hear something like Dead Files. Thank you, Lady Witch. Thank you. I really like that police officer who's in it. But the medium, not so much. I don't know why. I just had I don't know. I wasn't feeling it with her. Do you know why the priest had to ask the Vatican to get permission to do an exorcism? Yeah, because I think you've got to be a trained exorcist, haven't you, YouTube lady? I mean, Wiccan and Lady Witch can probably answer this better than me. But yeah, that's what I understand. You've actually got exorcism. I mean, you've seen it in The Devil Made Me Do It, if you've ever watched that film about Ed and Lorraine Warren, which again is based on a true story. They were carrying out an exorcism. Hi, suppose. Yeah, they all have to have permission from the church. Yes, I thought that was right, Wiccan. Oh, it's the flipping signal going. I'm so sorry. Oh, let me try and get a better spot. I think it's because he is streaming. Because whenever I'm online, he's always streaming, and I'm always losing signal. So I've got this booster here. Let me see. If I turn it on, yeah. They also have to be trained, but also they need to be certain that it's a case of possession. Any exorcism that takes place will have direct permission from the Vatican. I wonder, does anybody know how many trained exorcists there actually are? And there was, and while you're thinking about that, did you see? Oh God, I'm trying to think what his name was. Was it Father Amath or Amon? Something like that. And he was a official Vatican exorcist. I think the program is called something like The Devil and Father Amon, or Amath, or something like that. I did watch it, and it was interviewing him. But yeah, he was a Vatican exorcist. They have to be studied and go through a lot of questions to ensure it's not a mental health issue. Father Ted. Now, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Can you imagine Father Ted, Father Dougal, and Father Jack trying to do an exorcism? It's a shame he died before they could actually get to that stage, because that would have been funny as F. Do you know which? I'm sorry, those of you who have never watched Father Ted. It was an Irish comedy. which was absolutely brilliant. If you've never watched it, if you're outside of the UK and have never watched it, please Google it and try and have a watch. There was one episode and they went on holiday and they were in this little caravan in the middle of nowhere, and it was already taken by another crazy priest who was played by Graham Norton, and a load of kids. Oh my God. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen, because Graham Norton played the most aggravating priest ever. Haunting on Craggy Island, absolutely. Brian, drink. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. I loved as well when she came in and she went over to Father Jack, because for those of you that don't know, Father Jack was an elderly priest who, it was creepy. He couldn't walk. Well, he kind of could walk, but he was in a wheelchair most of the time, and he just got pissed constantly. And he was really, really cantankerous and rude and quite violent, actually. And Mrs. Doyle was the housekeeper, and she just made tea all the time. So she used to come in, as Brian said then, she'd say, "What would you say to a nice cup of tea?" Go on, go on. And they'd go, "No, thanks. Go on, go on, just a week. Go on, go on, go on." And that was her thing. And one episode, and she goes to Father Jack, and he's sitting there and he's festering in his chair, and she goes, "So, what would you say to a nice cup of tea, Father?" And he goes, "Feck off, cop." Mrs. Joy, I know, once a year bath. Well, I used to like it when he was taking him out in his wheelchair, and they said, "Are you having it on manual and automatic?" And they'd go automatic, so they'd hang a fishing line in front of him with a bottle of whiskey hanging off it. So he'd be wheeling, trying to catch up to it, a bit like the donkey and the carrot. You will, you will, you will, you will, you will, you will, you will. Oh, it was brilliant. And sadly, he died. The guy who played Father Ted, he died quite young. Was he only in his 50s, wasn't he? Died of a massive heart attack. I loved that program so much. But yeah, that would have been funny. I think Father Jack was probably possessed anyway. Because yeah, you know, and it's been said before, sheep tea. It's been said before, hasn't it? You know, a lot of how many of these demonic entities are actually Wiccan, I've heard that before, that he was a dickhead. Oh God, who was it told us? It might have been you. And was it John Leary was on about it, wasn't it? Saying that he knew him. Yeah, I remember that now, because it was a whole conversation I had, you, me, and John Leary talking about it. Just eating an Irish cream cheesecake. Oh, Irish cream, as in like Bailey's Irish cream, hiding in the guise of angels. That's it, Wiccan. That's it. So you've got people. You know, how many of these entities hide behind a cassock, hide behind a nun's habit, hide behind the appearance of a very good, kind, and Christian person, and it's hiding in plain sight, isn't it? Yeah, yummy indeed, Wiccan. Oh God, I could just go that. Today's my last day for being a greedy pig, because I'm back on my diet tomorrow. But I did us a lovely meal last night, and tonight we are having homemade carbonara and a lovely garlic bread. Again, I'm going to homemade that. So yeah, there'll be a stink of garlic in this house tonight. I had to laugh. Did you ever see that YouTube clip of the Irish family when a bat got into? I did, Sheila. I did. That was so funny. That was absolutely hilarious. I'm still. Has anybody else, going slightly off tangent? There you go. Sheila has posted the clip if anybody hasn't seen it, but it's brilliant. Still considering honey roasted potatoes. Oh, Lady Witch, they're beautiful. They really are nice. Parboil them first, and then get them in the honey and stick them in hot fat in the pan, in the roasting pan, and get them in there. And it all caramelizes on the outside. It's like eating a sweetie, a toffee on the outside, candies or whatever you call them over there, and all this like soft as hell potato in the middle, fluffy. Oh, it's so good. But especially with using cider to cook the ham in. Do you know which one I still find funny, Sheila? The one with you know, the Scottish mum, and she comes in then 2 kids, and she wants to know which one of them did a shit. Disgusting, disgusting. There's people who walk a trench to the church, spend down on the knees, then go beating the crap out of kids, etc. That's evil. It certainly is. It certainly is, Wiccan. But again, it's another example of hypocrisy, isn't it? I would rather just be straight talking, no airs and graces. If something pisses me off, you know about it. If I'm happy, you know about it. If I'm sad, you know about it. I don't try and hide my feelings. The only thing I try to do is not cry in public. It's just one of those things that I have. But I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to, I will be kind to people. I'll be kind to everybody, really. You know, those who deserve it. All you guys who come in here, you're great. So you all will be treated with kindness and respect. Wicked, you said that in a Dublin accent, did you? Oh, you've just reminded me of a joke. You know, Brian told that joke the other day. Sometimes you're the bad one for being straight talking. Well, absolutely, but you know, people don't like that. It's because people like being shady. Be shady, whatever. I'd rather be known for not pulling any punches and people knowing exactly where they stand, because I'm not going to talk about somebody behind the back. Never have done, never will do. If I've got something to say, it gets said to your face. Treat me well, I'll treat you better. It's just the way I've been raised. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got a joke for you, Wiccan and Brian and everybody else. You might have heard it. After seeing Brian's, it's probably not going to be that funny. And people abroad may not get it because it's using kind of local phrases. But anyway, we'll have a go. So there's an Irish mammy, and she gets a phone call from her daughter, a pregnant daughter. And the daughter is in the middle of Dublin. She's been out shopping, and she rings her mum in a panic. And her mum is saying, you know, what's wrong with you? She said, Mum, she said, I think I've gone into labour. So the mummy says, well, how do you know you've gone into labour? She says, oh, mummy, she says, my waters have broke. So the mum says, right, okay, stop panicking. She said, tell me where you're ringing from. And she says, from my minge down to my fucking ankles. Badum ching. People never have to wonder if I like them or not because I'll have told them. Yeah, it's the only time I won't tell people that I really dislike them is if I'm in somebody else's chat and we've had this discussion before. I won't disrespect someone else's chat. If I don't like you, I'll just not interact with you. So obviously that doesn't count for people I haven't seen in chat. Just in case anybody thinks, shit, she was in chat last time. Haven't you heard that? Oh God, the first time I heard that, Wiccan, I laughed. But it was told by somebody who could do an Irish accent, whereas I can't. You see, if you'd have told it, you might have to record it for me, Wiccan. I did tell Porky Brian's disgusting joke the other day, but it kind of looked at me like it was weird and went, have you only just heard that? So, yeah. I don't know if I've got any more jokes. I'm not really good at them. never remember jokes properly. I do at the minute. I've remembered the one that Brian told. I've obviously remembered that one, but only because it got brought back to my attention. Oh, right, we're going a little bit off the demon thing, but just a quick question. Has anybody watched the new series on the Game of Thrones prequel, The House of the Dragon? Don't tell me if you have what it's about or what you think. Just, yeah, have you watched it? And are you enjoying it or not? That's all I want to know, because I'm recording it. I haven't actually watched any of it yet. I'm back doing reruns of Vikings, basically because I love Clive Standen, who plays Rollo. Oh, gosh. Oh, be still my beating heart. That's just one big hunk of man with that long flowing hair and the pecs and the tattoos and the blood-soaked face and the sword in his hand. What's this? An Irishman's wife wanted a fur coat for his birthday, so he bought her a donkey jacket. Oh, is it Paula? Sorry, I've started to read Brian's joke and I need to wait for the rest of his typing to catch up. Oh, great, Paula. So can you recommend it then? Because I've heard a few mixed reviews and I thought, you know what? I'd rather ask you guys because I trust your judgment. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to have to put this fan on. It's gone really muggy here again. That's it. That's the... Oh, I've just realised. When I read it again, I thought it was the start of a joke, so I didn't actually read it properly. I know. Donkey jacket. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to get the award for thickest person on the planet today. All right, so just stick with it, Paula. Brilliant. I thought it would probably be a bit harder because it's not got any of the, the cast that we're used to, because sometimes you get prequels and they don't do justice, do they? The only one I've watched up to now that I think did anybody watch Spartacus, the series? And it had Spartacus, Gods of the Arena and Blood and Sand and what have you. Well, obviously when the guy who played Spartacus in Blood and Sand came down with, he had non-Hodgkinson's lymphoma, wasn't it? I think, and he ended up because he was having all this treatment, so they then decided to do the prequel, which was Gods of the Arena, and it was actually really, really good. So I don't know if any of you have watched that. So but yeah, it was quite let's have a think. It was very, very violent. There was a little bit too much eroticism in it for me. I know each to their own. I still got that brought up very strictly, where people were kissing and my nana would get up and turn the television over. So I still feel a bit uncomfortable trying to watch people getting it on, especially because the slaves in Spartacus were treated, they were treated absolutely deplorably, but that was how they were treated realistically. And yeah, it was a very, very good series, but the brutality that was in it, and I suppose it's one of those things that we kind of ignore, don't we? Let me just, oh gosh, my eyes, I tell you, I'm struggling today. I haven't, it wasn't nice. It took me weeks to get over. Oh, what was that, Wiccan? Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, you were answering Sheila. Oh, hi, Eve. Hello. Yeah, we're talking about demons, and we've talked about various things, really. Demons, and then I'm just talking about Spartacus and a couple of jokes. Obviously, Brian, the one that's up on the screen, I completely missed it. But I'd started off thinking about you know, that some people, you see, like murderers, for example, and you see the darkness about them. You know, you see photographs of murderers. I keep going back to them, but we'll use Brady and Hindley, for example, and you look at their eyes and they're dead. They're horrible black dead eyes. They're cold. Now, I know that a lot of people made excuses for Myra Hindley because they said, you know, she was only a young girl. She hadn't slept for like 48 or 36 hours, 48 hours, something like that, that she was exhausted and in shock and what have you, and that's why she looked the way she did. I personally don't think so. Yeah, I can't watch love scenes on TV. I just cringe. It's better if they do it tastefully with just dishevelled hair and pulling the clothes, leave it to the imagination. That's it, Sheila. That's absolutely it. It's like, you know, with you know, sometimes you go downtown and you see some of the teenagers, like late teens. I'm going to sound like I'm really ancient now, even though I'm not. But you see, my niece, yeah, prime example, at my niece's wedding back in April, and two of my nieces who were only young, but God, they dress in virtually nothing. You know, for the do of the evening, they're dressing virtually nothing, and we called that 3Ms. You know, go down the town here when me and him have been down for a drink of the night, and we see girls who are wearing next to now, and it's all on show. You know, the skirts are virtually on the watermark, the boobs are hanging out, the frocks, they've got backless dresses that are showing their arse cracks on. And we always used to call that, you know, we'd say, oh God, there's a 3M, like for mother, and we'd say 3Ms because it means, you know, they've come out looking a right state and they've got no mates, no mam, and no mirror. So, well, I mean, ouch, really, that sounds interesting though, as well as frightening. Oh, Sheila, were you not in here when Wiccan came up on panel? And we discussed, it was if you go back, it's on my list. It was about when she told us about Lep Castle, and yeah, and the things that happened to her. And it was really weird because as we were talking about it, oh, there you go, she's actually saying it was really horrible. I had a chat with Kiss on here one night, not Moss, Kiss, about what happened. Everything went wrong while I was talking about it. Yeah, people were hearing things in the chat. Do you remember that? There was a couple of weird things that went on. There was a shitload of interference. It was everything that went on, and Wiccan was saying that whenever she's tried to talk about this, things like this happened. There was loads of electrical interference. She was feeling very, very anxious. A few people in the chat were starting to feel like nauseous, and yeah, it was very, very weird. But it's still up if you want to go back at some point and have a listen to it, Sheila. It was really interesting, really interesting. And I know we said at some point we'll talk again about it, but that night we had to cut it short, didn't we, Wiccan? We just had to call a halt to it because there definitely was something that was interfering with the chat. And it was, yeah. And the other thing as well, yeah, I know you were. But since then, and this is interesting, Eve, since then with Wiccan, whenever because usually my chats are, you know, we talk about all sorts, and we might talk about ghosts one night, or like today, I'm talking about demonic possession. Without going into too much detail, we're just talking about things that we've observed. But if I'm talking about any specific story about either possession or maybe an alien encounter, there's always some form of electrical interference happens on my live, and these guys have heard it. There's things like growls or that can't be explained, or what sound like voices. Yeah, there you go. It was stopping her talking about it. Yeah, I remember now. We should called it something else. An elemental, Sheila. It was an elemental. But yeah, it is the elemental. That's a nasty, dark, horrible. entity. And they're usually dredged up by real negative. Yeah, the growling was horrible, Wiccan. Should have seen me after that live, though. I was round here with a smudge stick. I'm smudging the shit out of everything. I'm then going, you know what? I might not be Catholic anymore, but I'm going to say a few prayers just in case. So I was giving it all the Norse gods were getting called to help, and then I thought, well, just in case, I'll say a few Catholic prayers and all. It won't do any harm. If I'd have known any other prayers in any other religion, they'd have got thrown in as well, because I thought we just need as much as we can get here. It was very bad, and Cooper was joining in as well, wasn't he? So yeah. So I definitely do think, there are some things that can't be explained, things like that. You could maybe argue that it was purely coincidental, but when it only happens when you're talking about specific things of a supernatural persuasion. I know Wiccan, I was covering everything. I was like, I didn't know, but I genuinely was thinking, right, do I know any Jewish prayers? Do I know any Muslim prayers? Do I know any Hindu prayers? But yeah, no, it was, I stuck with me Norse gods, and I stuck with a bit of I wouldn't laugh at calling everyone. Well, this is what I was doing, Lady Witch, because I just felt I was really freaked out. Well, you all heard me, didn't you? I was proper shitting it. What made me laugh, though, do you remember when that growl happened that night? And oh, sorry, a second. I'll just read Tracy's. Read the Moors murderers. My ears click. I know Ian Brady was a vile, evil, sadistic fucker, but not a lot of people know about his love for his dogs. He had different dogs, but bloody loved them. He did, Tracy. That was it. He was a massive animal lover, wasn't he? But it's the same as, they might be, complete psychopathic killers, but there are different elements to these people, aren't there? Like, sometimes they say the sign of a serial killer would be torturing animals and what have you. Well, I think Dharma did that, didn't he? He got a fascination with what's it called? Roadkill, and then dead animals. And then apparently he was killing pets and dissecting them and what have you. But you then get things like that. Ian Brady, the sick bastard, who he was a massive dog lover. Look at Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler was a vegetarian and a massive dog lover. He loved his dogs. Oh, what's this? My daughter went to a graveyard with people trying to talk to the dead. When she came home, a little boy had followed her home in spirit. Oh, yeah, but you know what? I know you're saying that, Wiccan, but I remember watching something, and these ghost hunters were saying that, sometimes these because I think one of them had been followed home by a child, and they were saying that this, that actually it wasn't a child, it was a spirit pretending to be a child just to deceive them and tag on and go home with them. I was like, oh, Christ. I had a medium spiritualist in my house. After a bit, lights flickering, the gas fire went off, my phone wasn't working. You tried to ring him a taxi, he rang one on his phone, taxi went to the wrong address. Oh, God, YouTube lady. Wow. Yeah, you see, you don't know, do you? You don't know. I mean, I am really looking forward. I know she won't be in the chat because she's away at the moment, but I cannot wait to do this ghost hunt with them, or paranormal night with Julia. I mean, Porky's got all the equipment now. He's got everything, and once she's back from the holidays, we're going to head over there. Like we said, we're going to film. I was thinking at first doing a live, but I don't think so, because you know what I'm going to be like? I'll be running over the pissing moors, screaming and falling down rabbit holes and breaking bones, even though it might give you a lot of good laugh. So I think the possibility is we'd probably film it, because pre-record it and then upload it, maybe. I don't know, but it'll be going on his channel anyway. It won't be going on mine. Wiccan had a child spirit climb into bed with me in Charleville Castle while doing an investigation. I was so cold, but I just felt so sad he needed a cuddle. Wow. Oh, yes, I've seen that, Tracy. I was on about that before. The Devil Made Me Do It. Cheyenne Johnson. Was it? Oh, wasn't it Arnie Johnson killed his landlord? And what makes this case fascinating, demonic possession, is the first time where demonic possession was used as a legal defense. Yeah. And also, oh gosh, what was it called? If you want to have fun, take an SLS camera to the cemetery at dusk. Oh, really? Well, he's got one. Maybe we should do that. What are we going to look out for, Lady Witch? You had to go to the car and turn the heat on to get heating. Oh, wicked. You see, what was that other one? It was the possession. Oh, bloody hell. The one where the priest ended up going into being tried for manslaughter. But it was in Germany? But although they set the film in America, but I think the actual case was in Germany. I can't remember the name of the girl now. I find it amazing, but some shit. I need to know what goes on in a cemetery at dusk when you're using an SLS camera. Are they picking up loads of orbs or something? Because I would get frightened in cemeteries. However, I know I'm not going to get frightened in that one up at Heysham. Possession. Thank you, Wiccan. That was it. The Possession of Mary Rose. I couldn't think of the name of it. That's it. So again, that was another one, wasn't it? Using the fact that there was that this girl was possessed to get the priest off the charges. I mean, what do you think they are? Just interested. What do you guys think? What we classify or what the general consensus of opinion about demons are? What do you think? Do you go along with that? Do you think there's something different or other? Brian, in younger days, we went to a graveyard to hide a walkie-talkie to scare other friends. It started making noises, then realised it wasn't switched on. No way. That's like Cassis, though, isn't it? He wants to put a tape recorder in his coffin to scare the shit out of all the mourners. Sheila is scared when people have had haunting experiences, but then I think I'm a little comforted by it too. I would love to know that loved ones just don't end at death and they do live on somewhere. Oh, spirits are most active usually at dusk and at dawn, but I don't recommend trying to focus that early in the morning. Okay. The dead won't hurt you, they're gone. Yeah, it's well, Sheila, like when not far away from Kirk of Shottsgrave. Oh, okay. Well, if you remember that, Sheila, I'm the same with the comfort thing, although it frightened me. Remember when I was relaying to everybody when my nana died, and there was from 9 o'clock until 10 to 10, I was bitterly cold, and at 10, Cooper, stop, enough. Oh, that's it, Emily Rose. Oh, God, wicked. The Mary Rose, that's the flipping Henry VIII's flagship that sank off Portsmouth. How are you doing, my twinny? We had the weirdest thing this morning. Because obviously I walked the dog, I went to do the horses, came home, then had to go back to the farm again because we had a hay delivery. And then a bit later, when Porky'd woken up, I took him his brew upstairs and we were having a chat. And I'm like, what the hell is that noise? And I could hear something outside. And right, we're not that close to the zoo, but obviously the stillness and the wind direction or what have you today sounded, I think it was the sea lions at the zoo. I could actually hear them as clear as day, sounding like they were in our street. The dog didn't like that either. I remember was working, heard this voice say, go home, thought nothing of it, heard the voice again stronger, go home now. You just couldn't ignore it, went home and you disturbed burglars, get lost. Oh my God, hippie chick. Hang on. Come here. Stop barking. It's not. No. No. You're a fool. Okay, thanks. Trying to catch up on yesterday's goings on. Oh, God. Good luck with that then, hippie chick. Demons a lot of the time hide behind the church or people of the cloth. The cloak is to fool and lure people in that they are good people, but the most evil pretend to be holy. Yes, they do, Sheila. Yes, they do. We usually watch the fireworks at Edinburgh Castle from the graveyard. What brilliant atmosphere that night. Oh, that sounds pretty cool, actually, Brian. Entity was another true story where that horrible spirit came on repeated times and raped her. That's a true, yeah. Tracy, I remember watching that with I'm trying to think. Annalise Michelle is the fascinating case. Yes, that's who it's based on, isn't it, Lady Witch? The Emily Rose, the exorcism of Emily Rose. It's Annalise. But I wish they'd have just stuck to the facts rather than making it, this is going to sound like I'm anti-American. I'm not, but they Americanized it, which obviously is going to sell better than just having the original story. It's going to make it more entertaining and scary and what have you. But I actually think it was scary enough without needing any embellishment. Get the Damien 666. I get that. If you mean something like that. Let me go back up. Yeah, well, apparently, hippie chick, there's going to be a mass, I think, reporting of Bam and Sheila and me and Fingal, and I don't know who else because I've not watched any of it, got absolutely no interest whatsoever. But yeah, and this all started because people being called out and being bloody hypocrites. Truth hurts, I think. So yeah, that's what's gone on. Let's have a look. Sheila, it's like child offenders are attracted to schools and nurseries. Evil demons lurk around and use people of faith as a shield. Right, okay. The truth is more horrifying than the movie in my... Yes, Lady Witch. There's a really good... I'll have to try and remember the channel. There's a good channel on here, and this guy covered the whole story of her, Annalise, and it really is awful. And he was showing real photographs of her, and oh God, what she looked like just before she died. She looked like a concentration camp victim, and some of them you saw that they were so starved that they were basically a skeleton with a smudging of skin on him. That's what she looked like. It was dreadful. I have an old phone as an alarm. It rang when I checked. The voicemail was a weird noise because I was awake. Went to the toilet, had left a pan on the cooker. Oh gosh. Still on, just as it was ready to go on fire. No SIM card. Bloody Nora. Wiccan, I have a doll in my shop that was sent to me from the UK. She's haunted. I keep her in the shop. Every single child that sees her wants to buy her, and I can't sell her. Yeah, that's right. Skin and bone and all the sores. Oh, do you know what stuck with me with that Wiccan was her eyes. Her eyes were sunken into it, just awful. That haunted, terrified look in her eyes, even though she didn't have a clue where she was. Yes, I've heard a smidgen of a recording, Lady Witch. Not a whole thing or anything. Oh, that freaked me out. It really freaked me out, that did. The other thing that, and again, I don't know what you all think about it, but those of you that watched, because I think he's very much a showman, Zach Baggins, or Bagins, however he says his name, he is a showman. He is, yeah, he does his ghost hunting. Yeah, he's got all the shit out equipment. They have done some good ghost hunts in the past. But when he did the Demon House, now was it Flint? I don't know if I've got that right. Was that in Flint, Indiana, that one? Yeah, Wiccan, he is a fake. However, when he did the Demon House, did you see they had an expert that came in? And the guy was downstairs in the cellar where apparently these artifacts had been found, and he started feeling really, really poorly. And he was this guy. They went and visited him in the hospital. He'd been on life support. He'd nearly died. And he'd ended up with, I think all his organs were shutting down. There was no reason for it. Started legit, but now it's all for the show. Yeah. Do you know who I really like though? You know, Aaron Godwinson. I love him. He just makes me laugh when he looks at the camera like, fuck. And you've just got these great big wide open eyes. Yeah, Most Haunted was a pack of dog shit, wasn't it? Oh, do you love him as well? He's just brilliant. I love him so much. It's just it's just that shock horror look on his face, isn't it? Nobody can beat him. He's just the dog's bananas. So yeah, Most Haunted. I think with Most Haunted, there were too many things that were sneaked offset to show people how fake it was. You know, like things that had been edited out for the show, but they were there on the editing room floor of things like Yvette Fielding kicking a cupboard door, so and then screaming and jumping with everybody else, and that with apparently the ghost walking up the steps that they made a big thing about, and it's not. That's also just been very clever editing. Oh, Gary, Indiana. Sorry, I said Flint, didn't I? Hippie Chick. I missed like 7 hours of Bam's live. I came to bed, saw she was on, and skipped back to the start. Managed about half an hour or so before she ended live, and poof, it was gone. I got the gist though, I think. Shake my head. Yeah. Just that used to was supposed to be enjoyable. It was, Hippie Chick. It was. And yeah, I've covered a bit of the drama for the last few days because I've been so mad at the hypocrisy that's been oozing out of certain areas, and you know, somebody accusing people of bullying, and yet he is bullying people who have got no right to no means to defend themselves. Yeah, it's all wrong. So yeah, I opened my trap. But apparently people are being encouraged to take my channel down. Apparently, report, come in and listen and report. So yeah, feel free, come in and listen and report. I think you're looking at a face that's bothered. Yeah, you're right there. You used to love it on here. And no, it's so hypocritical and toxic. Yeah, that's why I said, you know, we're going back to what we normally do on here. If the haters want to come in and have a listen, feel free. Come in, record what you like. Don't give a shit. We're talking about stuff that we usually do. The only reason I'm talking about demons today is because it's broad daylight, Winnie. I'm too much of a shithouse to do it when it's dark. So yeah, hang on, which jokes? Oh, there you go. There's a Busters tour of Edinburgh telling the tales from the darker side of Edinburgh in a theatrical way. Very funny and brilliant. It's called the Ghost Bus Tour. Even the jokes are rubbish now. Well, we went on one when we went to York in February, Brian. It was really good. We really enjoyed that, actually. And then we did a little bit of filming. We were going to do a ghost hunt, but there was that many pissed people around York. We couldn't get enough footage. So it ended up that Porky just did 3 very short videos giving some history about the different buildings. In fairness, I'd rather talk about things like Lep in the Daylight. Yes, Wiccan, I think so too. Black double decker. Well, have you been? So here you go. Has anybody, not just Brian, but anybody else? I don't know if you have Wiccan. Has anybody else been down Mary King's Close in Edinburgh, or to the Niddry Street vaults doing the ghost hunts? If you haven't, you need to. Being on a good ghost hunt, what I enjoyed most though was getting to go in one of the old cellars of one old Tudor house in town. Wow. Where was that? Or rather, which house was that, Hippie Chick? because you know I'm obviously if it's where you're from, then you know I'm going to know it ish. I swear that I saw somebody. We went round Speak Hall a few years ago, and I swear I saw somebody in a window. That was very strange. I had like it gave me the EBGBs because when I was walking in, you know, when you like when you're trying to get into your door at night and you frighten yourself. So the more you're scared, you're scaring yourself, the worse it is trying to get your key in the door and you end up in a complete panic. And that's how I was walking into Speak Hall. I started thinking someone was going to land on my head out of one of the windows. Weird. And then I found out afterwards somebody did commit suicide by jumping out of a window, but it wasn't the window that I walked under. So God knows what that was all about. Now's the time to go as it's getting dark earlier. The tours are fab. We used to go in every weekend just to walk. Oh, great. Well, apparently they do a ghost tour around Blackpool. That'd be quite funny, I think, to go on. Wiccan, as I say, you're not afraid of being alone in the dark. You're afraid of not being alone in the dark. Yes. Oh, Brian's dropped a link there. What's that of, lovey? Is that the ghost bush you were just telling everybody about? You'd love Charleville Castle. The dungeons there are crazy. Oh, wow. We did, God, when I was a kid, my aunt and uncle took us to Arundel. And that was the same thing. There was like an oubliette going into the dungeons. And we went in and they locked us in. You know, it was obviously for scare tactics, but I was a little kid. I shit myself. I kid you not. I was absolutely on the verge of brown adrenaline running down my legs, scared. It was awful. Didn't see any ghosts though. It was in the part of town where the registry office is, near to the Tudor House Museum where I'm. But okay. I would have weird feelings in the jail in York. You see, nothing happened to me this time when we went to York. We wandered around. We were walking around 3 nights running and nothing happened, because it did happen a few years ago. And Porky was convinced, you know, he was ready for filming me if I got the same experience that I'd had the time before, but nothing did. I didn't feel strange. I didn't feel like anything was following us, just nothing. The only time I felt anything in York, oh, what's that link for there as well? Oh, your caravan at Halloween, Brian. Okie dokie. And oh, and Wiccan's just put a link up for Charleville Castle. And I would really love to go to Chillingham, which is up in the northeast. But I really, really want, and I keep telling you all, I want to go to the Saxon graveyard up at Heysham Head. So it's a Saxon graveyard for those of you that might have missed me talking about this, and it's got the Viking grave cuts in the stone. So I actually don't think I would be frightened in that graveyard for some reason. I think because it's so open and it's looking out over the sea. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's weird. You know, there are certain places that you do get weird experiences, aren't there? I mean, I've had it back home in Scotland. That was actually a very, very terrifying experience, though, and it that scarred me for a long time. Still, even to this day, I won't walk down that particular path near my dad's. And then there's let me have a think. Other places that are weird. Well, York, that weirded me out. There was also, I went to Whalley Abbey. I was working not far from there, and on my lunch break, there was Whalley, and I thought I'll just go and have a little nosy over there. I mean, it's the ruins, and that was weird. That was broad daylight. It was about 1 PM, and I was convinced there was somebody standing behind me every time. There was no one else in the ruins, nobody, just me. And I kept feeling somebody was standing right behind me. So that was a bit weird. I would not like to go there in the dark. But yeah, definitely, if Wiccan, you ever go over to Scotland and you get to Edinburgh, please do the tour, Mary King's, especially with you being how you are. Same goes for Lady Witch as well. If you ever visit Edinburgh in Scotland, having said that, if you say Edinburgh, like bloody Zach Baggins did, the ignoramus, then you're banned and you're not allowed, and you've got to get on the first plane and go back to America. So, but yeah, you really, really need to do Mary King's Close. I think you would be amazed at what would happen there, Wiccan. We thought we heard the horses out one day at 5 a.m. on a summer's day. Got up, could hear the clip clop, but no horses. It turned out it's the pit ponies heading to work. Wow. Oh God. Oh, so you're that caravan's at Heysham Head. Wow, okay. That's it, Edinburgh. You can stay if you say it there, Edinburgh. But if you say Edinburgh, no, you got to go home. So, Brian, have you been to St Michael's Graveyard? Have you seen those Viking stone cuts? There is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, anybody, there is a video, very short video. I think it's only a couple of minutes long that I did probably about 6 months ago, something like that. And it is covering some of the things we talked about on one of my Viking lives. And it shows us pictures of the grave cuts at Heysham. Ah, right. Sorry, Brian. I was thinking, I'm sure you'd said your caravan was at Southerness. The go-kart track was at Heysham. Okie dokie, I'm with you. Oh, that'll be so funny if everybody's up at Southerness when I'm there next year. I'm trying to talk my sister to come with me. I think she just me and my sister have a very funny relationship because we're completely different. We're opposite ends of the spectrum. My sister has got a heart as big as a head, but she's as scatty as shit. It's been arranged. Oh, invasion. But we haven't been on holiday together since we were kids. You know, till you get to about 16, then you don't want to go with the family anymore. So we haven't been on holiday. And I said to her, you know, why don't we go? Thought you said that scared running turd. Running turd. Ooh. Some of them do run though, Tracy. That's the thing. Oh, do you know? I just want to say thanks to those people who were sitting in the cheap seats waiting. When I came live, there were quite a lot of people came in, and obviously they're very disappointed because it didn't turn into what they thought it would. And yeah, they've all buggered off again. So yeah, especially what was it as well? Bedtime Clown said last night. Apparently, me and him were we stalking somebody? I think when you stalk somebody, doesn't that mean that you're following them around? Because as I only go in here or on bedtimes or on BAMs, maybe I'm stalking Bedtime and Voodoo. I don't know. Weirdos. There used to be yes, I don't know if she's still there though. I don't know, Tracy, but there was. I used to quite like her videos because she used to dance and stuff as well, didn't she? But I don't know. I really don't know what's happened to her if she's still on. But I literally don't go anymore. The only channels I go to are if you guys remember the sub of mine who has followed me on Twitter forever, and he's got the channel about the ancient architecture. He sent us the email, do you remember, over Christmas, saying, you know, he was really enjoying listening in, and because he was a very lonely guy. I watch his stuff sometimes because he doesn't do lives, you know, the pre-recording, then he uploads them. So I kind of go there. I watch the horsemanship, horse training, dog training stuff. I just can't be asked. I definitely don't watch any true crime or crew crime, as I called it the other day. Is that what I said? Did I say Voodoo Clown and Bedtime Queen? Oh my God, did I? I never. Oh my goodness. Hi, Sid. How's the lovely Nancy? Please send her cyber hugs. Good to see you today. The cat's just told out of here the hubby's cooking bacon. Oh, you've been here all the time, just busy doing housework. I was, Sid. I was doing the kitchen, and then when Porky said he wants us to have movie night tonight, and I thought, I'm going to miss Nobbington, which I'm gutted at. So please, when Nobbington's on, can somebody please give my apologies to Jen? I mean, if we end up we end up watching a movie or anything changes, I will come in. But yeah, we don't get to do it very often because of working hours and whatever else. Oh, you've been here all the time. Let's have it. I think that they single out people that know their own minds and speak it. They target the ones that can see through shit and call it. Yes, Sheila. Yes, absolutely. And I think that. Well, I'm just going to be repeating myself, Anna, but I will do it. I'll just repeat myself again, because sometimes you've got to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until it sinks in. Singling you out, naming you, doing a flipping video about you and singling you out and thinking that that's perfectly okay when you don't have a channel, you don't do lives, and you never have. That's a shit trick. It was a cowardly trick, and it just shows the measure of you. Awful. Except, of course, for Fern. Bless her. She is so unthreatening and lovely. They've been especially cruel to hurt her. Yes, I'm going to highlight that, because that's what I said before. You may have been in, you may not have been, because what I wanted to say was all of this victim, bullies, let's stand against bullies. I don't want to be bullied. Apparently this is what you're saying. And just so you know, I haven't watched any of your shite. I won't intend watching any of your shite. It was what was getting fed back into the chat last night. What I'm going to say is, you do not start sitting there screaming about being bullied when the likes of your subs, the nice people, have been incredibly cruel to Fern. And your channel's the only one that Fern's had any shit on. Fern goes everywhere on this bloody platform and nobody bothers apart from your subs. And what does that tell you about your subs and you? Because you didn't one stop them. I'd have jumped on anybody in here if they were having a go at Fern for coming into your chat. I'd have jumped all over him, friends or not. I'd have said, like, say, for example, if that had been Sheila going, well, what are you doing going in there, Fern? I'd have been, Sheila, hang on a minute. Have a minute. She's allowed to go where the fuck she wants. And if we'd have locked heads over it, so be it. But Fern is allowed to go where she wants. Not a single person in here. Paula's just come in. Paula likes going in that channel. That's absolutely fine. And Paula will not get any shit in here about it, because we're not talking about, but what's happened to Fern is a shit trick. That's nasty. And that just shows, where the real nasty side of this platform is. To use a channel to abuse a sub, then block them. Cowardly pieces of shit. Have they blocked a Sheila? Oh my goodness. That's rotten. That's absolutely rotten, because she's a lovely person, is Fern. And we've all said that. So anybody who's listening, I know that a lot of people do just listen. They don't join in. In here, it doesn't matter where you go. You're not going to get abused from anybody, not from me and not from anybody in here. It's not going to happen. We're all adults. I know phone goes in there. I've said to her before, it's up to her, completely her choice, same as everyone else. Just hope she sees the light. Well, I remember a while ago, Sheila, we were talking about different creators, weren't we? And I think I just said about Merb, I can't stand the woman. And Fern was like, oh, I really like going in there and watching the, the crafting. That's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't saying, well, I don't. I just went, all right, no problem. Same as she liked watching Saggy. That's fine. It's not a problem. Yeah, well, I think she would see the light. I just think it's very cruel to jump on people just because of where they go. It's awful. I know phone goes there. I've said to before, it's such a love to go to lots of places in the UK and Scotland. Oh, well, there's a big long list, Wiccan. We'll have to do a great big long list for you. Sheila, no, because Martin accused me of being a liar and a thief, and I'm blocked from his channel. Oh, right, I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought you meant that they'd blocked Fern. You want to know why he said that? Because he thinks he can. Here, we'll put this on. If you're going to record it, there you go. Make sure you record it properly. We're not having you keep cutting bits out. There you go. Martin accused me of being a liar and a thief, and I'm blocked from his channel. I want to know why he said that. Yeah, please feel free. Let us know. Wiccan's blocked. Let us know. Why would you possibly? I'm presuming that if you've accused Sheila of being a thief, that you've got some hard and fast evidence. Seeing as how you're on this whole anti-bullying thing. You're trying to stop online abuse. Calling somebody a thief, as far as I'm concerned, is online abuse. Do as you would be done by, mate. Oh, did it, Wiccan? Drop again. Oh, you see, the ghosts are out. I'm sure Fern will have seen the light now she's been blocked by them. Well, that's awful, isn't it, though, YouTube lady? It's awful. Voodoo, I think it's because they can't handle rational criticism. No, that's true. That's absolutely true, Voodoo Queen. Asked a question and asked Helen a question and got blocked. Going back to Nobbington, but that's going back talking about AD. It was Nobbington. I'm good. I'm just going to be so upset about missing it. I wanted my knob inches. I was swinging my knob. It was all in anticipation of Nobbington. It's slander kiss. I work in a bank, for God's sake. I don't want that kind of accusation online. No. But apparently it's all right for them. Anti-bully, give your head a wobble, Martin. You're the biggest bully on here. Yes. Absolutely, Sid. And that's going to get highlighted as well. That's exactly what I said last night. You can't go on and on and on. Let's stand up against bullying. Let's do that. He is a bully. He is quite obsessively stalking people. I didn't have any sympathy for the guy. And I suppose in one respect, that makes me a bit hypocritical because I never spoke up about it. I just thought to myself about the way that he would constantly be after AD, like obsessively. How many videos a day? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 10. How many videos a day? Does that not tell you that there's something a little not quite wired up right? There's lots of beautiful places in Scotland. People go abroad and talk about the scenery. If they took the time to look around their own country, they would get their eyes opened. It's stunning. Brian, I fully agree with you there, sweetheart, because Scotland is my favourite place on the planet, closely followed by Norway. Hi, Tracy. Sorry, I can't pay attention prepping for meetings. No, we... Voodoo's just listening in to us at the moment. Trace, there will always be people ready to take up residence in Nobbington. 4 years bullying AD. That's not exposing. No, it's not, is it? It isn't. Like I said, I'm going to be honest. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what happens to AD. I still think he's despicable. So, does that make me a bad person for not calling somebody out on the excessive bullying and stalking? Maybe. Maybe. But I'll hold my hands up and say, yeah, I should have probably said something the same as everybody else should have. It's like that phrase, though, isn't it? The good German. Good Germans. Blackpool in 3rd place. We're very lucky where I live. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful. I love it. I never get tired of the views. You live in an absolutely stunning area of Ireland, Wicken. And I want to go looking for ghosts of the US and Scotland. I'd definitely recommend Mary King's. And definitely recommend Niddry Street. I would recommend Stirling Castle. I would recommend Doune Castle. I would recommend Dumbarton Rock. And Innisconnell Castle on Loch Owe. That's another one. And that is a 13th century castle that's still standing. The reason this is fascinating. The reason it hasn't collapsed. She definitely has let the gremlin out. Innisconnell Castle, and it's in the middle of Loch Owe at the bottom of the loch. It's and there's loads of crannogs as well. You know, the Stone Age man-made islands that people would live on. So what they did was the clan that owned Innisconnell, they abandoned it to actually build another castle up at the other end of the loch. And what they did, because, you know, proper cut and treated timber was so expensive, they removed all the joists, the floorboards, everything, all of the wood, roof, everything was removed from Innisconnell and taken up the loch to the new castle. As a result, the walls and everything of this castle are still standing. The reason being that usually if a castle is left intact with the beams and the joists and everything, as the wood rots and it collapses, it drags the walls or the ceiling in with it. Well, that's not happened. It's absolutely fascinating. These walls are like 8 foot thick or something ridiculous. You can actually walk all over it free of charge. You just hire a little boat out onto the island. But I would actually love to spend the night on there. It's the weirdest thing. Let's have a look. Honestly, I don't want to talk about any of it anymore. I've had enough. There's been enough hurt cause. Yeah, yes, Wicken. Yeah. We all know what's got said, what's got done. We know what's right. They can do what they like. If they want to record and start putting, you know, bleating about being bullied when they're bullying other people, let them. It's just showing the hypocrisy and it's exposing it for what it is. Personally, I don't give a toss. You're not intimidating me. You're not intimidating anybody else. Just go out and throw rocks in the street. Nobody cares. Just stay away. How's that grab you? Stay in your own corner of YouTube. This channel isn't part of true crime. Never has been. Yeah, I watch some true crime channels. I don't cover it. So stop talking about people in this community. I'm not part of your community. You know, I'm friends with some people in the community, but I'm not part of it. My channel isn't part of it. Never have been. I cover completely different things, as you can tell by today. And if you go back and you look over all my past lives, all right? Now we've got that cleared up. Right, let me get back to the chat. Is Nobbington still on tonight? Yes, Simples, it's on at 9:30 tonight. As I said, I'm going to miss it because I'm having movie night with Porky because he's not working and he's not streaming, and we're going to have a little bit of us time because Porklet is on holiday with her mum. She's in Lanzarote for a week, so she's only back I think next Saturday. So we're going to have a little bit of us time on a bank holiday Monday evening. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be missing Nobbington. So as I said, please, 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 somebody give my apologies to Jen. Right, let's have a look. Now, what's this? Even Norman said Dean was the master of bullying people online, the manipulator. Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on here with my chat. It's going up and down. Dunbar is an old building where they jailed witches. Oh yeah, Wiccan. I know what the actual hell. As soon as it goes, it gets stupid. I know it's really weird, that, isn't it? It's all that electrical energy. They're draining it, aren't they? Martin has known AD previous though and harassed him for something else. Helen once was spurned by AD. Balla stalked a professional man that spurned her. Now everyone is a narcissist. Ugh. You see, like I said, it's an absolute cesspit. Absolute cesspit. Hearing that last night has just confirmed it. Cesspit. Want nothing to do with any of them. Scumbags. None of them are in this for the right reasons, all built out of hatred. Well, you know, something I will say that and I'm still of the, you know, if a channel has been grown on the back of a murder, any murder, you shouldn't be monetized at all. Have membership, nothing like that, because that is just, that's low. That's really low. Yeah, it does cover it, Sheila. Well said, Lady Witch. There's a famine graveyard not too far from me. On a foggy night, you can see what looks like hundreds of people walking very slow. No. Oh my God, Wiccan. Have you ever tried to film it? I think they're the family's biggest supporters, my arse. Yeah. Yeah. YouTube lady. Yeah. Bullied by demons, take it to the church and leave it alone. Problem solved. Oh yeah, Nobbington. Oh gosh, God, I'm well behind in the chat here. I'll save my chocolate cake for that. Oh God, enjoy. Is it homemade chocolate cake, Sheila, or did you buy it? Brian says, Culcross in Fife. If you go up the stairs in the building, you start feeling sad and cry. They buried a witch in the sea, put a big stone slab over to make sure she didn't get out. Oh yeah, now yeah, Wiccan, Brian. They used to bury witches upside down, so if they tried to get out, they'd just dig themselves deeper. That is exactly like. Do you remember when Nuff Nuff put the video on when she went out to Wood Plumpton? After I told her about the Wood Plumpton witch, Meg, and she went out and filmed her. She's the same. She was buried head first down, you know, head pointing down, and a massive rock was put on top of the grave after she was buried. YouTube clout is all they want. Yeah. Tried and failed. So they all just enjoy gang hating. It doesn't matter who they aim it at as long as they can all join in. Yep. Shot bought. I can cook, but I'm crap at baking. Oh, I should give you some foolproof recipes. I should actually, what I should do is, because he can't cook. Well, no, I'm telling a lie. He can. He cooks the best. Do you remember I was saying about his version of lasagna, and we shared the recipe with a few people, but he calls it lasagna because it's red hot. He does like his version of chili, but without the kidney beans in it, instead of just a normal bolognese base, and uses chili cheese instead of bechamel, and puts chili cheese on top of it. It's just the nicest thing ever. He makes that. That's his own invention. It is really good. But yeah, it's my last day to eat shite. I think I've caught up with the chat now. I think. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So, what would anybody like to talk about? You're going to have me for nearly another hour. And then I'm going to have to get off because I have to start preparing our meal, walk the dog, feed the cat, sort the kitchen out, make myself look gorgeous. me just see if I can. Oh, I was trying to do something on backstage and I can't do it. Simple. I'm just eating couscous chicken salad flavoured with fajita seasoning. It's that good that I have an in. Oh, was that for me, Wicken? Oh, that's really kind of you if it was. Thank you, sweetie. I hate compliments. It's taken me a long time and a lot of being told off to actually just go thank you, because I find it really, I don't know, is anybody else like that? We were brought up to not be conceited and, oh, Wicken, you're a sweetheart. You's gorgeous as well. You're all gorgeous. But yeah, it was, not being conceited. Don't be taken up with how you look or what you've got, or how clever you are, how pretty you are, how talented you are. It was, yeah. And so I find it, I get embarrassed when people give me compliments. And so talk me through how to join or go up on a panel with just a mobile phone. Is it possible, or do you need to use a laptop? No, I'm on a mobile phone. It's really, really simple. All as you do is you click on the link. In fact, do you want to have a go, but you don't have to come up on panel? I can just bring you backstage. Hang on a minute. Let me try this for you. So if you see me slightly preoccupied for a second, guys and gals, I'm just going to show Sheila how to come up on panel. Right. Okay, so oh, Sid, we've given you confident compliments. We love you. You're very funny. I have a friend who's interested in me. He keeps telling me I'm lovely. I keep telling him to feck off. Oh, hang on. Dog, stop. Right. Hang on a second. Calm down. Lie down. I'm trying to show Auntie Sheila how to do something. Lie down. You go out soon enough, you little shitbag. Okay, so that link that I've just put in there, Sheila, click on that and you'll end up coming backstage. You might then hear me talking, right? I won't add you to the screen. Do not worry. And the minute you've clicked on it on your phone, you should then, you'll appear backstage for me. Coopsy Poopsy is a little shitty witty. Hiya, Starlight, my darling. How are you? Lovely to see you, Murder Mitts. I use Google, Sheila. I don't know which is best, but I use Google and it works all right for me. Oh, it's great to see you, love. You have been missed. I was thinking about you as well a few days ago. There's been a bit, it's probably a good thing you've not been around. There's been a bit of drama on the YouTube street. So, we normally avoid it. We have got involved in it a couple of days. There's been a bit of venting and we're going back to what we normally do. So we've been talking about demons and ghosts and things. And when you finally manage to get up, Sheila, because it'll bring you into another screen, and then you can disable your camera if you don't want to be shown, and you can change your name on there, and then you just wait for me to add you. But at the moment, you're not backstage. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, bless me. Oh, good grief. Anyway, I don't know if Wicken managed to reply to the one that your pinned comment on the screen, I was asking you, have you ever tried to go out and film them, these people, or does it not show up on you know, on your cameras or anything, or do they show up as orbs? It said the browser has blocked your mic and camera. Oh, Uncle P had that problem. I don't know how you get out of that, but she did solve it in the end. Maybe if you did it via Safari, then I really don't know, Sheila. I think probably the best one to talk through is Bedtime Clown. He's really good. Or Bam, actually. Oh, it won't pick them up. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Paula. How are you doing, sweetheart? Lovely to see you. And thank you for blessing me. I think I need a lot of blessing. Apparently, I'm the devil incarnate at the moment, so I need all the help I can get. Let me just see, make sure I've not missed anything. Oh, there you go. Voodoo says, go to your browser settings. Thank you, chicken. I'm really crap at this. I don't know where. I just like point and shoot with StreamYard. But I do know New Year's Eve, that was when Uncle P had all that problem trying to get on, and she kept putting messages in the chat going like, for fuck's sake. She was getting really frustrated. Oh, you said it, Wiccan. Thank you, love. Oh, right. I'm just going to let you know now. I'm not going to bring her up on panel, but Sheila is backstage. Right. So, Sheila, where you are now, I would actually click on you and bring you up on panel. So I don't know if you you can type actually in the private chat. Oh, gesundheit. But what I could do is put you on panel for 2 seconds if you want. Let's have a look what you're putting in the chat. I can hear you. I can't see anything. Right. Okay. That's because I've not pulled you up on chat, and you won't be able to see the chat anyway. And nobody can hear you. But if you want, what I can do for 1 second, and you can type yes or no, I can just bring you up on panel for a second, and then you can jump down again quick, just so that you can see what happens. What do you think? Paul, oh no, you're such a sweet soul. Don't let the bad guys get to you. You are loved. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say, Paula. That's so kind. So, but how do you chat to people if you don't know what they are saying? What people in chat, what I tend to do is I'll in StreamYard as well. So the very first time I did it, it just feels like you're on the phone. So you're not seeing anything else unless you're watching it on another device. You can't hear anything. Should we pop you up? Right, very quickly. Give us a second. There you go. I can hear you, and if you can see yourself on the screen, you will see.
I can't see no. I can only see this. You know, this little chat that we've been doing. I can't see YouTube or Note.
Right. Well, now, well, if you look back, if you once you come down and you go back on, so everybody will be able to hear you, and your picture's now up on screen at the side of mine. It's really weird because I kept forgetting the very first time I went on panel with Bam, and I said it's just like being on a phone.
I can't see what anybody's talking about, or YouTube or Note.
Yeah.
All I can see is this little bit of private chat that we've been doing.
Yeah. What you do? Oh, they're all saying hello. So Murder Mitts is saying hello. Well, that was Starlight and Sid
Hello,
and Voodoo.
everybody. They'll not be able to understand what I'm saying. They'll not
We
understand the accent.
understand out. We absolutely can. What you do is, go into head for a bit. My single Farrier sons came in. All right, Brian, love, thank you for coming in, sweetheart. Yeah, what I would do then, Sheila, because I like to keep an eye on what's going on if I'm a guest up, is have like, if you can get YouTube on your telly.
Oh God, no. Well, I can get it on telly, but do most people have it on the laptop and look at it on the phone? Is that what they do?
I've got no idea. That's what I do. Well, not on my laptop. I watch it on the telly, but I'm in it on my phone. So it's just that I can watch the chat then out the corner of my eye, and I can see what's going on. But you have to turn the volume off, otherwise you get a load of feedback. So
I'm going to say my telly's got surround sound. It'll be
oh, you're still there?
Hello. You've gone quiet, Kiss. Can't hear you at all now.
I didn't know you were a Yorkshire lass. Oh, we lost you for a second there, Sheila, love.
You went quiet. I didn't hear you at all. And I would just say my telly, it's got surround sound everywhere. I've got speakers all over the house. So if I put it on telly, it'd be crazy, especially if we're ranting.
Well, that's the thing, you see. You put it on the telly so you can watch the chat, but you mute it, because otherwise you'll get a load of feedback. So all you can hear is just me and if there's 3 or 4 of us up on panel, you'll hear us all talking like we're on a party call, but there's nothing else you can hear. So you watch it on your telly, but mute it. Voodoo's saying their Clown and I usually use our phone, so they do the same as me. You'll watch the chat on another device like a telly or a laptop or phone, but you just use your phone like you're doing now. So yeah, look at that, you've popped your cherry.
I know. No, I have been up before on bands, but it was late at night. It was really awkward because I had to sit in conservatory in case I were called all house up. We were telling ghost stories, and it was in and out with internet, and I thought, I'm not doing this no more. But I don't know. Nobody's explained really how you do it and how you see chat or out like that. So I just thought, no, it's not for me.
No, well now, as you know, as long as if you ever come up again and you wanted a bit of an old rant, use it on your phone, but put it on your telly, mute it, because
it's so you can talk to people. Because like this, I can hear you, like you say, it's like being on a phone call on loudspeaker, but I can't see YouTube now. I can't see what anybody's on about in chat. I can't see any of that.
And a Voodoo Queen saying there's actually a way in StreamYard to see chat, but it has a different title. Click that. Let's have a look in more. I wonder if it's on. No, not broadcasting.
But when I went on Google, it said on Google, my camera and my mic's not allowed. On Safari, it were already there.
Right.
So Google might have a glitch on it.
Yeah, that might be what Uncle P was using. If you remember when she came up before, and she had loads of trouble. She was spending nearly an hour just trying to get up on panel, and that were down to Google. So it's it's a difficult one. But as I said, I'm not an experienced person with it. I just kind of know what I know, and it works for me. But like Voodoo Queen said, there is a way in StreamYard to see the chat. So Voodoo Queen or Bedtime or even
We'll
BAM.
learn that for next time. Baby
Yeah,
steps.
we'll be able to talk you through. So you old fishwife, you.
I know. I do love a good rant though. It's them, the fucking assholes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's we've had our rant, and I think everything that needs to get said, like Wiccan said, everything we needed to say, we've said, haven't we?
It's not that case. When I'm mad, and I can't type quick enough, if you know what I mean. I'd sooner be able to just blurt it all out and fucking curse them, and then it's over and done with. But you've got to get it all down in writing. It's frustrating.
No, it's well, absolutely. Once the next time we get fired up, let us know, and you can come up here and I'll go. There you go. You go for it. Oh, Sid's saying that I've learned something today. I'll try and get up one day and update the Nancy situation. Oh, please do. Please. Oh, got a hiccup in there. Please do. So, because she's having a rough time, is Nancy? But yeah, so there you go. You've kind of learnt a little bit with the old StreamYard, and then now you know. Next time when you're wanting a bit of a rant.
Oh, you'd be sick of me if I did. It's only every now and again. I just need to get it off my chest. And I think I've already done that, but I'm still waiting to see what the next fucking shite is that they'll come out with.
Well, guess what? We've gone back to what we normally talk about, so kiss me ass and jog on. And that's the end of it.
It's annoying though. I just want to know why Martin Dean has called me a liar and a thief. I don't fucking know him. He don't know me. He don't know naught about me. I've had God knows how many checks. You know, when you're applying for jobs and you have to do your DBS, I've had to do an in-depth one because it's banking.
Yeah.
You don't want that kind of shit on internet said about you. That is proper slanderous. It's not playing games like they are. You know what I mean? You know, she's fat. She's It's proper, real bad.
Yeah. I mean, this is, you know, I genuinely don't give a shit if anybody wants to criticize my looks.
I know.
My
there's name calling and then there's dangerous things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the only opinions that matter to me are those people that I've got some respect for. You know, if you were to slag me off and I didn't know what, I'd be gutted because I really like you. You know, and I respect you. Same as with Wickham, Bam, Sid, whoever.
But I don't care. I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to everybody normally.
Yeah.
But I've got a button that they press. If they ever do out to me, then I don't forget it.
Yes.
Just divert me personally. And Martin has now, and Ellen has, from ages ago when she was criticising me grammar. Everywhere I went, she was just calling up how I type and how I write things. I thought, well, if you ever heard me fucking speak, you'd know. Because not a lot of people can understand Yorkshire anyway. God. But she's just so high and mighty. I fucking hate her. And she just got worse.
Well, you know, who died and made her head of the grammar police?
Who knows?
You know, she wants to be starting pulling up her friend. Because I've never seen typing as grammatically incorrect as that in a long time. But, you know, again...
It's because I'm on my mobile. It's really, really tiny. And when you're riled, you can't type quick enough. So it comes out, in a right long, shitty sentence. But I've kind of vented because I've got it off my chest. And then I think, right, what else can I say? And I'm But it's better if you can get up, vent, get it off your chest, and then you think, fuck off now. You know what I mean? You've done it.
I mean, when my phone, which, you know, even if I'm not riled, you know, I'm always putting in the chat, Christ almighty, I'm like, and I don't know why, I don't know if you've ever noticed it, and this is not being racist before anybody wants to record it and bloody accuse me of it. Have you ever watched that film, East is East?
Yeah, it's funny, yeah.
You know that old Pakistani dad and the way...
Yeah, but it's not racist, that. It's a comedy. It's good. It's funny.
Well, the way he talks, you know, when he'll saying, oh, I something like, I've been lookings at the television. Well, when I'm mad, when I'm typing quick, and I'll say, why am I talking like the Pakistani dad off East is East? Bingoes. Look at that bloody bastard bitch. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. No, you can't get it off your chest quick enough when you're in chat. Sometimes you just need to get up and just let rip.
Well, this is why you'll find it funny because, and Burrage, I know she's still in chat and she'll tell you now, me and her, when we've been annoyed about something, we don't type to each other. We go onto WhatsApp and we send each other voice messages because we know, one, we're not going to be able to type it out. Two, it's going to be fucked up. So, well, you know.
I've never done that. And people, they might think that I chat behind the scenes to everyone. I have never, ever give my number out to anybody. I've not even give my number out to Bam.
No.
Bam's never asked me for my number. It was years ago, one of her mods called Meryl asked me for my number and passed it on to Bam.
Right.
So nobody ever has had my number. The only person that's got my details is Fern. So I 100% trust Fern because I know she goes on all these channels that are fucking dodgy. But I've never had a feeling that, oh shit, I shouldn't have given her. Because
No,
she's such a nice, genuine person. And for them to do what they've done and hurt her, it's fucking below. It's
no.
wrong.
Well, like I've said twice now, and I'm going to do it third time. Three's a charm. She has.
But I mean, I ain't got your number. I got Green Eyes' number. I don't do that because when I come
No,
on YouTube, it's usually I'm doing something and I'm listening while I'm getting on with something. It keeps me busy. I like background noise.
yeah,
Every now and again, if I'm interested, I'll sit down and I'll type. But it's like to kill time because I don't put telly on. Telly's shite these days. So YouTube, it's just like entertainment in background whenever you want it. But I'm not in everybody's lives, and I don't do that.
no.
No.
Well, and I don't know either. I'd nip over. I go on to bands, as you know. I'll go on to bedtimes if he's there because I think, you need to support people, don't you? And then I go on to
Oh,
a
I
couple.
like everybody in chat, and I do like to chat. I chat to everybody, but I'll treat people as they treat me until they wrong me, and then that's it.
Well, I think there's 4 people got my number. Wicken, well, like she's just said, she's only recently got my number, and the only reason people have my number is for a specific reason. Like we want to go over and go to Ireland and do Lep Castle, and Wicken has done Lep Castle, and she's already said we can try and arrange it and sort it out. People have my number for a reason, and that's it. Julia will end up getting my number because we're going to go over there to Burnley and do that filming with her.
That'd be good. That it fascinates me, especially a lad. He's had a very interesting life with all things that's happened to him. Some people attract
He's just saying in
that kind
chatting.
of.
Wiccan's just said, Sheila, I was so upset for your love. It was horrible what that man said. Yeah. And and Sheila, there's this thing that they seem to not understand called righteous anger. That's what you've had, righteous anger. And like I said earlier, when I am really, really pissed off and somebody's hurt my feelings, the things that will come out of my mouth.
You've just got to put it right.
Yeah.
I mean, the kind of jobs I've had, they wouldn't entertain anybody that were a liar, a thief, or an undesirable. They wouldn't. You properly scrutinised, and for him to put on there Sheila is like Sheila, Fingal, Bam, Solange, liars, thieves. I think, what the fuck? What if I've ever nicked or what? Because I like people who tell truth, and I appreciate Bam because she always tells truth, no matter if it's hurtful. It's truth is truth.
Yeah.
Truth is everything. And fucking liars or sneaky bastards.
Yeah.
Just don't like it.
No, it's not. I mean, that's been shown over the past few days. I mean, I'm probably sounding a hell of a lot calmer today. I am, because I got it off my chest yesterday. And all the laughing. That's why I'm not angry about. I'll not say who it was. Somebody sent me a text message going, "Oh my God, have you seen Dean's posted?" And I went, "I'm not interested. It doesn't bother me."
No, because everything I've said is how I've felt and how they've made me feel by accusing me. It's only me retaliating. Now, if you were man enough to say, Sheila, I said this about you because this, and that, and we had a conversation and we got it, but he don't. He accuses somebody, blocks them, and then everybody on the internet thinking, what's she nicked? Why is she a thief? What does she lie? You know what I mean? And it's like, they don't know me. They ain't got a clue. He's just a nasty old shriveled git.
But it's true, isn't it? And the thing is, you've only got your good name, haven't you? Some people, all you've got is your good name. I pride myself on being trustworthy because I would never betray a confidence. I would never shit on it. Just never. If I were to fall out with anybody, anything that we've talked about in confidence, it's still in confidence because that was a promise or whatever that I made at that time. It doesn't mean that it's void because we're not speaking anymore. It doesn't.
You're normal. You're just normal folk.
I mean, who would talk like text messages and sends them to people, and record voice messages? What kind of a person does that?
I ain't got a clue how to do that. I know my phone's capable of it, but I don't know how to voice record or record a phone call or out like that.
Well, I mean, we do it on, like I said, me and Wick, because we have some laughs, and it's usually having a bit of a, or a full-on story. And my typing is so bad when I'm, on my phone, same as you. I type with,
yeah.
or Tommy Dick fingers, I call myself. I've got big sausage fingers when I'm trying to type. So I'll just press the record, hold it down, and just go, oh, bloody hell, I can't be asked doing this. Have you seen this today? Or have you, what do you think about this particular ghost story or what have you? And we'll have a rant and a bit of a nit-nat, but that's it. But all of those voice recordings, that's between me and her. No one would ever hear them. Not that there's anything interesting on them anyway, but no one would ever hear them. And like she said,
they're recording every live now, they said, and it's going off into cloud and they're using it as evidence.
Whatever. Record away. Record this up your arse. Wiccan just said, who shows screenshots of messages of conversations after they fall out with people? Yeah, it is ridiculous, Wiccan. It's just trashy. Yeah, and he calls AD.
Don't ignore everyone just because I've come up. It's because I can't see anybody. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to jump down. I know how to do it on Safari now. So
brilliant.
Thank you.
Well, anytime if I've dropped the link down, because I always forget, because nobody ever wants to come up unless it's Denny and she's had a drink.
Well, I've never been really sure how to do it. I've done it before, but it was crazy. I didn't think it worked properly. But I might have been on Google one. Now I'm on Safari one.
Oh, well, at least you can get on one way or the other. But so yeah, and then you can you just click the little X and you come out of the chat and that's you down. So they're all saying it's nice to hear you, Sheila. Wicca said it's great to hear you.
Do they know what I'm on about though? Can they understand me?
Yeah, can you all understand what she's saying?
Because I can't talk posh, and if I try, it's even worse. So why bother?
Do you talk like I did? You remember when I was trying to say I was doing Ilkley Bar Tap, but in English rather than Yorkshire?
Yeah. Well, where I live, I'm close to Barnsley, Doncaster, and Rotherham. And believe it or not, people who live near a town talk a little bit broader than me. So I'm like slightly out of it. But if I go anywhere, they'll automatically say, "Are you from Barnsley?" I go, "Yeah." Because I can't hide it. You just can't.
Simple's just saying yes. Well, they all said they can understand you. And Simple said
good, because that's been one of the things I thought, well, if I ever get up, they'll not know what I'm on about. They won't have a clue. They'll not understand. So as long as they are, they're all right. Anyway, thank you.
Oh, have I gone or have you gone?
You went for a bit, I think.
All right, I'm just saying they can understand you, and Hippie Chick, who's from down south, she can understand you as well.
Good.
So you cracked it. Not a problem. No one's having a problem. Yeah, you do sound a little bit like Nuff, a little bit different. I can tell the difference in your.
Yeah, she's Sheffield is Nuff. Yeah. She's about 12 miles from me.
Yeah.
Tracy, I think's in Barnsley, so she'll sound a lot. Oh no, she's in Wakefield. Oh, she'll sound a bit posher than me, Wakefield.
Bloody, I didn't know she were in Wakefield. Oh my God, I did that. What's it called? The run where you do the pub crawl. Is it called the Wakefield Run?
Every town and village has got a run. They've got a run here, and it's only a little village.
Yeah, but we did that in Wakefield, and I was bad. I'm like on the verge of needing to go to hospital to get stomach pump bad. It was a very wild night, that was. Sorry, I'm keeping you talking. Thank you very much for coming up, Sheila. At least you know now.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, love, I will jump back down.
All right, chicken. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, there we go. The lovely Sheila. Right, have I missed outage? That's canny for pinpointing an accent 12 miles away. Oh, you've only just seen my thumbnail, have you, Wicked? That was for you, actually, so you knew I wouldn't. You're the last person I'd kill in a zombie apocalypse. I think because you'd be able to save me from them. I don't know. Bloody hell. Honest to God. It was lovely to hear her, wasn't it, Wiccan? I like people's accents. Do you know whose else's accent I really like as well? Paula's. Okay, that was easier than I thought. Sorry, everyone, I couldn't see, but I'm back now. Well, the thing is, Sheila, you'll do what I did after my first trip up onto BAMS. I rewound it just to listen to myself, and I was like, oh my God, I sounded like a wanker. Even though you didn't, but you will think that you did if you play it back. Oh, probably because you don't the fuck out of me. Thanks, Wicken. Thank you. I'd have you exercised. Seriously exercised. Oh, well, at least Sid now knows, so he'll be able to come up at some point. Yeah, what Sheila was saying then, I didn't, because I haven't watched it. You sounded wankerish. Did you not, Simples? Not at all. Flipping recording stuff and putting it on the cloud. Get lost. Do you know, it's like, do you know what I think this is? It's kind of like attempting scare tactics, isn't it? Or intimidation, because, yeah. And unfortunately, it ain't working because I have an opinion that I am going to voice, as has Wicken, as has Simples, as has Sheila, as has Hippie Chick and Voodoo Queen and Bedtime Clown and Sid Vicious and Ryan and everybody who've missed out. Tracy. Simples, no, you don't. No one likes the sound of the voice. I know. I listen back to myself and I cringe. But, it's one of them things. Guys, give me 1 second, please. I know people are going to think I've gone. I need a Waz. So give me, and for those who aren't in England, that's a we. Please give me 30 seconds. I just need to go and empty my clog. I will be right back. Chat amongst yourselves. Oh. Right, I'm back. How long was I, Wicken? Sheila, I love your accent. Mine's boring as hell. Oh, it's not. Oh, your accent's ace, Wicken. I love your accent. I should be cutting grass, but the live stopped work. Sorry, Simples. It's very weird here because it's... Wow, I just watched Martin's video. He's been very specific about who his next targets will be. All subs of BAM and Kiss. Oh, really? Is that what he said? I've been hovering, trying to do a bit here. I have a plumber here doing work. In the kitchen, I've ignored him all day. Sheila, your dialect doesn't mean you're a better or worse person. It just means it's where you come from. That's it. See, again, it's all this double standards, isn't it? What you're trying to do, frighten people so that they're afraid of coming in and chatting or what have you. Well, it isn't going to work, YouTube lady. It's not going to work at all. You're entitled to an opinion. So is everybody else. People have got the right to reply. You're making things 10 times worse than they need to be. And it's you that it's going to blow back onto. Yeah, me either. Well, the first thing I get, I'll be reporting it. I'm tired of it all. She'll change our names to Minge. Absolutely simples. The vid's called Join the Fight Against Armchair Detective and Bam. Oh, for God's sake. I wouldn't give him a view. I mean, you know, I know he's probably trying to raise some followers and money for his missing teeth, but, you know, whatever. Oh, hang on. Cooper, come here, lad. Come here, mate. Be quiet. Why is he grouping Armchair Detective and Bam together? You know, but I like listening to good voices like Bam, for instance. It's not what they have to say. A lot of the time, it's just a good listening voice. Obviously included AD in the title for clickbait. Oh, it's absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Well, you know what? Knock yourself out. Shame on you. Shame on you. The thing is, right, anybody with half a brain, if you were to look and go through all of my lives from when I first started doing them and see what my content is, hang on, Wickerman, I don't have 3 different names. I don't lie about my life or what I have. I don't steal pictures online and pass them off as my home or workplace. Bang on there, Wickham Moon, bang on. It's absolutely pathetic. I cannot wrap my round around these ding dongs. I think we're all on a highway to hell. Paula, it is, you know, when you get all of this that's going on has started off with somebody fighting somebody else's battles. You just appear as a vertical shit on occasion. As if people, they can target me, I don't give a shit, but saying that they're going to target all the subs of mine for what? That's intimidation. So I suggest as all my subs, because there's absolutely no reason for you to be targeted, go and report that video for harassment, and you can say it's harassment against yourselves because you are a sub and you are being targeted if that's what's going on. I've not seen it. I won't give him the view. I won't give her a view. I'm going off what everybody's saying. But yeah, as Sid has said, he's gone and had a look at it. Hi, Lisa. There needs to be some sort of peace here. It's crazy. I want nothing to do with any of them. No. Well, like I was just about to say then, Wiccan, if anybody were to go back through my previous lives and look at things that I've done, and you can see that the only time I've mentioned anything about all of this has been in the last week, hasn't it? You know, I did make a thing about the whole birthday thing that really pissed me off. You know, that the likes of yourself and Roberta, who's having to not say anything about your birthdays in case you offended somebody. But other than that, all of my content has been history related. Oh, right, Sid, sorry. Okay, I apologise there. I've got that wrong. Right, I'm just going to say that again. Sid, I misunderstood it. Kiss, he didn't say he would target all your subs. I meant all his targets are subs of you and Bam. So I will take that back. Wouldn't be surprised. He wants that video striken so he can get our email address and IP to send out hate mail. Just showing his desperation to keep AD's leftovers. Well, if you heard last night, I quite happily gave out my full name. Do your worst. Do your worst. I don't go hiding behind fake IDs. I don't put fake photographs up. I don't put fake pictures of houses that don't belong to me, like Wiccan had said. None of it. You know, I don't put up a fake car. Yeah, Helen is obsessed with Bam. She's unwanted in Bam's chat. She's angry now, but has snared MD to do her dirty work. She thinks she's relaxant for once. No, just the same facts. Well, all of it started. Everybody who's got a brain cell saw exactly when this started. Was when she announced this. God knows what it was. Relationship. I'm not even gonna. No, it was not even a relationship, is it? How can you be in a relationship with someone you've never even met? So, you know, but the minute that got, you know, announced, like, we are together, he then started attacking everybody who's had an issue with her. Now, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to work out what was going on there. Yeah. Always use my real name and my pictures unless for incognito nights. Oh, I know. The thing is, though, I don't think I've ever not used my photo. Oh no, I put white dog turd up, didn't I, that night when we were talking about white dog poo? And I think I put it up in the chat. To be honest, I'm going to change back to my real name. When I first came on YouTube, I used my real name, but I was advised to choose a different one. Well, I suppose, though, the thing is, though, Sid, it's given the climate at the moment, I probably wouldn't stick as you are, because we all know who you are, and especially if that knobhead is targeting you know, subs and you know, there were some nasty comments made about the men out of Bam's chat being, you know, and I'm presuming, because you're always there's you, there's Bedtime, there's Cassius, there's Brian, Greg. I wouldn't want you, especially not with what you've going on, because they don't care, do they? They don't care that, you know, what you've got going on in your real life, because it's all about, as Wiccan said before, clout. It's all about the clout. It's all about impressing people. And I'm sorry, but if that's the type of people that you want to impress, good luck to you. And record everything you want of mine and everything that people say. But I'm sorry, I do not associate with people like that. They won't last. She likes variation. Small tooth snob ain't going to keep retention. Sad old sad. You did a breakneck U-turn when they got together. It's scary how someone can change so fast like that. It just shows people's courage of convictions, and morality, morals. You know, it's this is the other thing that's making me laugh. Taking the moral high ground when you can do something like that and lie. Won't like it if I start targeting his slummed. Well, no, this is it, Mama Rat, innit? Sid, we know you as Sid now. It suits you too. No need to change unless you want to. Yeah, Lisa says keep it. We know, Sid. Yeah, and there will not be any peace though, Wiccan, because oh God, I only started visiting Bam's chat as a distraction for real life. Now YouTube life is worse. Yeah, you're right, Sid. And like I said, we've temporarily veered off my usual path, which is the one thing I've always said: I don't do fucking drama. But I had to do it because of what was happening to Wiccan and Fingal and Sheila. It was absolutely disgraceful what's been done to them. So yeah, I did start opening my mouth and went, you know what? Come in my chat and say what the fuck you like, because I really don't care. But today, yeah, we're having a carry on. You're just showing what you like, and you're just showing why you're doing what you're doing. It has no effect on me. My life ain't very weird chats about different things. I know she won't mind me saying. And we were talking about like demons and things, especially on the back of her talking about Lep Castle. So that's why I decided to come on. I went, oh, do you know what? I'm going to be missing Nobbington tonight. I'll come on for a couple of hours and we can talk about demons. So we have talked a little bit about demons. Bam's name must taste real good in the mouths. Well, I got to remember she's not a dick, so learn to keep it out of your mouth, Saddos. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, as I said, you know, you cyber recorders or whatever it is that, you know, you want to do, feel free, go back through all of my lives. You know, if you're going to start lying and saying that I'm cyber stalking somebody or I'm doing all these, you know, all my lives are harassing people, bollocks. Go back and go through them all. You might actually learn something. You know, I've covered history, I've covered dogmen, I've covered aliens, we've covered possessions, we've covered hauntings. I've talked about the Kajaki Dam incident because I know somebody who was there. You know, things that you probably have got no idea about. So enjoy yourselves because it doesn't hold any water. And I am entitled to an opinion. I do think that people who type on the internet about the sexual predilections and what they like to do and how loosely they do it, then yeah, I do have an opinion on that. I think it's low and I'm allowed to express that as well. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean I'm not allowed to do it. There you go. Oh, you joined Bums for the distraction. So as of today, obviously, unless something happens, because they are going to keep poking, you know it, because that one, she cannot let it go. Now she's got somebody to fight battles for her, and she's enjoying, you know, putting the victim head on, then you know she's not going to leave anything alone. So there possibly maybe some time where I come back on and say, yeah, you can all crack on and say what you like. But we are going back to my usual style of lives. I have got to do the live on Terry Lovelace. He's my next one. Yeah, they should all just do one and leave us to our own devices. The thing is, Sid, they're like naughty children. Any attention is just attention. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. It's like me, pick me, look at me, me. Because it validates my existence. But they can go and look for attention elsewhere. We're going to go back and we're going to do Terry Lovelace, and possibly, I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow or Wednesday, but it's a really good story. I've been doing the research on this for a couple of weeks now. I think probably about 18 days. I have got a bit distracted in the meantime. But yeah, it's really, really interesting. He's written a couple of books. If anybody wants to Google him in advance, do a little background work. And we're going to talk about that and see what you think. She'll understand. They shall just, oh God, sorry, well, Lisa. She made her sex life public. People were going to talk. I never heard it, but she said this online. People will have something to say. Absolutely, Lisa. And do you know what? I did say earlier, this is the last thing I want to say on it now. I did say earlier, people, do you know what? People do things. People have one-night stands. People have casual sex. People have same-sex relationships. People have threesomes. People go to swingers clubs. They do what they do. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. And it doesn't affect my life. And I am, for the most part, a live and let live kind of girl. Until the person who is putting this about and talking about these, what personally I wouldn't do them, because I don't think it's particularly classy, but, you know, I would have kept my opinion to myself. However, when said person then starts to talk down to people and treat them like pieces of shit and act as though they're sitting on some pious bloody pillar looking down on everybody else when they've basically got the morals of an alley cat, then I've got something to say about it. So that's why I open my mouth. So that's the last thing we're going to say about it. And yeah, so record that, do with it what you want to. I'm entitled to an opinion. Enjoy. Happy birthday, happy Christmas, have a nice life, get fucked. YouTube, they don't have any other content, so got to jangle about other. That's it. What content is there? There is perpetual stalking and harassment of AD on one channel, and perpetual whinging and victimhood on another. It's not my kind of an informative evening. Said both you and Bam do amazing research before you do a crime story. That's what makes it interesting. And oh, thank you, Sid. That's really kind of you. That's really kind of you. Thank you. The thing is, though, we're like totally different, aren't we? The topics that we cover. Bam does like really serious stuff on crimes, and I'm like, yeah, let's talk about dogmen. Oh gosh, somebody got abducted by an alien. Let's do that. I don't give a damn what anyone else does unless it impacts me or my family or workplace or friends. No, that's it, Wiccan. It's true. Exactly. It's the scum and scrubbers that should be ashamed of themselves. They try picking fault with others that have higher morals and integrity. Well, that's it. And then when it backfires, then it's like cry the victim. Well, you know, I never backed down from a fight ever as a kid. And I got battered because I was the littlest the littlest one, you know. All my school mates were towering over me, so I was like the little leprechaun. And yeah, you know, sometimes I'd come home and I'd got absolutely battered, but I never ever ran from a fight. Never. No, Wiccan, you know what, let them get on with it. Let them get on with it. They can go out, like I said, let them go out in the streets chucking rocks for content. We are going back to our interesting stuff, and the 3 things that I've promised you all. So yeah, the first one's going to be Terry Lovelace. He, for anybody who doesn't know, you can Google him if you like. He has got 2 books that are both free that you can download and have a read of. He is a former Assistant Attorney General. He's a very credible guy, and in the 1970s, him and his friend they actually had a time loss, and then they realised that it was an abduction. They'd been abducted. Terry's friend remembered it. Terry didn't. This guy has actually got documented implants in him. So, you know, he of all the people, you know, if there's going to be any credibility, you know, I would say that, you know, if a police officer like, what's his flipping name? I've got a real brain fart. What was the guy's name who did the live on? Alan, the policeman who had the alien encounter over at Todmorden. You know, back then, a policeman's word was everything, wasn't it? If you were going to believe anything that got said, you believed a policeman. And it's the same with this guy. You know, his US, I think he was he US Air Force? I think. But then he went into, he took a law degree. And then, as I said, he became the Assistant Attorney General. And, you know, he's very credible. He's got no reason to lie. Oh, Wiccan, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. But he has actually got these, I don't want to ruin the whole story, but he's got these implants in his calf muscle that there is no, oh, there you go, Simples. Yeah, one's in his calf muscle, and I forget where the other one is. I don't know. I'm having real trouble remembering stuff today. So yeah, it's amazing, his story. And the way he tells it, because he initially didn't remember that they'd been abducted till his friend went, no, these people hurt us. He thought what he was watching, he thought they were children out in the forest at night. You thought you'd oh, listen, Eve, it'll take a lot to scare Wiccan Moon. She goes on these real major ghost hunts in the most haunted castle in the whole of the world. If you've ever heard of Lep Castle in Southern Ireland, it's possibly one of the worst places you could go to if you're scared of ghosts or demons or things that go bump in the night, and Wiccan's done it on more than one occasion. So yeah, so that's going to be our first one, Terry Lovelace. I've then got some more, you know, we were doing these mysterious animal attacks that are being kind of linked to the dogmen. I've been checking all the news reports and what have you. So I've been pulling together a few more of those for us. And that's going to be one other live. Want to know about this one. Oh, you don't know about this one, so be interested to hear about it. Yeah, it was really interesting. I can drop you some links as well. When I schedule it, in the description section, I'll put some links in so you can actually hear the guy talking. There's some quite short ones, some interviews and what have you. So it'll be really interesting to see what you all think of it, because I was fascinated. There's him. There is another guy who had gone through alien abduction and contact as a child. So that's another story. But then there's also these mysterious animal attacks, stroke deaths that I am grouping together, and we're going to be covering those as well. So if you're a mod, you'll get it. That's the way it seems to be now. Oh, that's you're all fucked then in my my chat. No, he didn't. Simples, it's still there. There's another guy who did the other one that I'm talking about, though. They did find his. Oh no, sorry. Yes, he did. He did have it removed, and it mysteriously vanished. So yeah, there was no reason for it to have. Yes, I know, because I know you like these alien stories, Simples, as does Green Eyes. So it'll probably be. I'm thinking. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. It'll probably be Wednesday I do it, and I'll try and do it slightly later so that Green Eyes can join us, you know, because she loves these stories. And she's, you know, she wants to make sure that she's awake for them. So I'll probably do it about 8:30ish, something like that, because that seems to be a kind of all right-ish time for Green Eyes to join us. So on that note, ladies and germs, oh, no, you haven't, Lisa. You've done nothing or said nothing offensive or wrong. Absolutely not. But I think it's shit by association. But, you know, we have interesting things to cover in here. We have a good laugh. We'd like doing our incognito nights. But Eve, it's because I did the same thing again, didn't I? Because I can only do it when I come out of the chat. Right, somebody who's got my number, when I finish this chat, text me and remind me to make Eve a mod. So are you in the UK, Eve, or are you in America or Australia or something? Because I never know, and I don't think I asked you. Yeah, I can't do it on my phone. And usually, if I'm organised, I have another device handy, and I can go, oh, hang on a minute, and I go straight onto my tablet, and I'll make somebody a mod. Oh, I'm laughing because I've just had a text come through on my phone. Wiccan is gone. Make Eve a mod, so I can't forget. So I have to wait until I come offline. I know I've just got it, Wiccan. You're the mascot. No, you're not the mascot. We'll make you the proper one. Yeah, so I can't do it while I'm live, and then I come offline, and then I totally forget, and I think, who did they have to make a mod? And I've forgotten. My brain is like a bleeding sieve. I don't know whether it's like hormones or something. I really don't. So yeah. So whereabouts are you, Eve? Are you in the UK or elsewhere? And you don't have to be specific. You know, we know people don't want to dox themselves. Although a lot of people, you know, a lot of people don't make any. They don't hide where they are or you know, whereabouts they are in the UK or abroad. Because we've not really, up to now, we haven't really had any issues with people, you know, threatening to dox or what have you. Yeah, Lisa, absolutely. Absolutely. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about this. I've just had a text I've got to reply to. Give me 1 second. Oh. Right. It's a joke now, the bully. Godfather God. No, I'm not. Oh, you're not in the UK. Sorry, I'm getting halfway through. I lose my track on conversations. You're not in the UK, Eve. Is that right? Has Country Joe done any more songs? Do we know? The biggest laugh out loud moments I've had on YouTube have been here on your channel, and the one on BAMS when we all called ourselves Armchair Detective and investigated crimes with Fisher Price toys. Oh, Sid, I think we were talking about this last night. I think it was on BAMS. I was in a conversation with Green Eyes, and I said, I think people actually give a shit about them and what they do. I don't give a crap. I'm a big channel with 8 subs. Well, I'll sub to you, Eve, because if anybody sub to me, I'll sub back to them. Yeah, I think the best one, I was saying to Green Eyes, because she wanted a giggle, and she said she was going to go back over my my lives to have a laugh, and I said the funniest ones, I think personally, I don't know what you guys all think, but I think the funniest ones, in my opinion, were the one with the night of the cheese toasty and the Alien Incognito night, where Cassius came in as Alien's probe was stinking. I don't know if you remember, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't speak because I was laughing that hard. So I said those two, in my opinion, were the funniest of the nights. Because he got outed about a few things. Oh, did you, Wiccan? That was really funny. Yeah, Alien Incognito night was one of the funniest nights ever. Was that the one where I got really upset with everybody because because you all started coming in as Kiss My Axe? I can't remember, but there was one of them, wasn't there? And I threw my dummy out the pram. Got really cross with you all. So there have been some funny ones. So yeah, I'm going to go back to that. And do you know who it bloody well was? It was that Anne Wested. No, it's not Wested, is it? Anne. Why? Oh, see what I mean? My brain. Oh God, women and hormones. And Westworth. Oh God, yeah, it was that and the Westwood. Oh God, what did I say? Wested, Westworth, and now Westwood. Yes, and Westwood. I don't know what the hell's up with me today. I can't even remember whether I'm coming or going. Yeah, it was bloody Anne who started that, wasn't it? And I didn't think it was her for a minute. I was blaming Porky. I was blaming Mirrorman. I blamed Lisa. I'm blaming Sid. I was blaming everybody. I was calling Sheila every kind of bastard under the sun. I'm calling Lady Witch a shithouse. And it wasn't. No, Eve. We were saying, no. It was Anne Westwood. When I did a live, we did an incognito night, and everybody had to come in under an assumed name, and it was an alien theme. So they all had to come in as an alien. And partway through the live, somebody changed the name to Kiss My Axe. And then there were like everybody started changing the name to Kiss My Axe. And I got really, I proper threw my dummy out of the pram. I was having a real hissy fit and getting cross with them all. And these thought it was hilarious. But no, it was Anne Westwood started that off. Anne's lovely. Apart from that night, then she was that bloody Anne Westwood. But yeah, she had a bit of a giggle. So no, I'm not thinking you're Westwood. I like the incognito night. It's the Fisher Price night in BAMS had me choking with laughter, but Nuff and Nobbington too can be really funny, especially if Nuff sets off. Like, I know, I'm gutted I'm going to be missing it. I'm so gutted. But I shouldn't be really, because I need to spend time with my man, because, you know, we're like ships in the night a lot of the time with work and what have you. You know, the working nights thing is... Guys, what's that? Oh, yeah, no one called themselves Kiss My Axe. Next one. Piss off, you. I can see what you're doing. You're trying to incite hatred here. You're trying to incite dogpiling so everybody comes in as Kiss My Axe. I can see. That winky face doesn't cut it with me. You see, I can see through people trying to play sweetness and light and miss innocent. You know, I'm an expert at pulling people up on that. So no, it doesn't wash with me. Bear that in mind, you little monkey. Should we actually do that next Friday? If you're Clint Eastwood, come on in. Oh, and his son. Talking about Eastwood, doesn't his son look what is his name? Is it Kyle? He looks just like him. Yeah, various. Oh, I was honestly. So were you in that night? I was so cross, and I think wasn't it Green Eyes in the end? It just had to say, look, everyone, like Kiss is going to lose a shit. All come clean and change your names back because she's proper having a. And even Lady Witch was like, no, Kiss is really going to lose a shit now. So I think we should do. I think we should do another incognito night, axe kissing. Yeah, well, I think that should be a sport, shouldn't it? Axe kissing. So yeah, I think maybe we can do another incognito on Friday, because we've not done a Know Your Mods quiz for a while either, have we? So we'll have to have get down for that. Right, anyway, guys, gals, lurkers, watchers, haters, lovers, spies, and martial arts experts. I don't know why I said that then. At this point, I am going to have to wind this up, because I've got a little dog that's cross-legged. He knows it's WALKING time, because he's gone and got his toy and he's looking at me. He sticks his bottom teeth out like he's retarded and wags. His whole body is wagging. The tail's still, but the body's wagging. So, yeah, Murder Mitts. Yeah, you were part of that as well. I remember. So, yeah, I'm going to need to take him for his WALK, and then I'm going to need to get our dinner ready and try and get myself beautiful for me Porky. So, thank you all. Please enjoy Nuff Nuff later on. I'll nominate. Are you all going into Nuff Nuffs for Nobbington? Because if you are, can I nominate? Let me think. I'll nominate Sheila, Sid, and Wiccan. So I don't care how many of you do it. Can somebody just explain that I've had to do Mr. Lubber night tonight and I can't come in? Thank you. Because I feel awful. I love Jen and I was so looking forward to Nobbington. You never know, he might fall asleep. If he falls asleep, I'll be there. But if there's no sign of me at 9:30 when she starts off, please give her my apologies. Thank you, everybody. Right, sweethearts, I'm... see you at Nobbington. Enjoy your all you guys enjoy yourselves at Nobbington. Thank you, Lisa. I shall try, and yeah, so I'll see you probably Wednesday if I don't see you all before. All right, everybody, as I say, as usual, see you all on the bright side. Bye, lovelies.